testing, testing, testing. Testing, testing, testing. Please let me know if the YouTube and the Twitch are both live. There being an update absolutely explains why it wasn't letting me go live on YouTube. And I couldn't understand it. Give me one quick moment. I have to forward an email. Hi, everybody. I missed you so much. I missed you so much. I missed you so much. Forwarding you an email. Take a look. Hi, Momos. I have so much to tell you. I have so much to tell you. I have so much to tell you. So many things, so many times, so many things. Where is that? Oh, okay. All right. Momos, let me go grab my water. And then it's yapping time. It's going to be yapping and Nikkei and a little bit of postcard time, depending on how my voice is. Because my voice, I think, is almost recovered. Yeah, who knew? I think I've become weaker. I only did 3 days of streaming and it killed my voice. Who am I? Who am I? Why am I so weak? I'm the yapping roach. I'm the roach of the yap, you know? All right, let me very, very quickly tweet out that I am live with a bit of yapping and prob a bit of Nikkei smile. You're sick and your voice is gone. I'm so sorry. I definitely think it's like the heating. It's like the heating into the cold, into the everything, into the change of seasons, the weathers. It's the seasons. It's the change of the seasons, Matara. What you need is a flute, a rod of seasons so that you can make the seasons as you wish. The same way that this is me trolling. The same way that little Zelda boy did, you know? That little boy by the name of Zelda in that one video game where he was going to save the princess, and I just wonder what her name is, that princess. Thanks for the gifted! What the heck? Hold on. Let me tweet that I am going live. That little Zelda boy that's running around with his little harp and just being like, wololo, wololo, and you're back in the past. And you're in the future now. And then somehow we get the plot confused with Chrono Trigger and the world ends and there's a hot leopard woman by the name of Ayla or Ayla, I forget her name. And suddenly you're like, wait a second, where are we? And then there's the frog coming in from a completely different game called and then everybody triangulates with the inventor girl, Luca, whatever her name. I'm just gonna confuse a bunch of games from the 1900s. That's gonna be great. And then the Pac-Man eats them all. And then the Pac-Man delivers the finishing blow, the finishing touches. What? Explain. How many did you eat? Jonathan Zelda. Exactly. All right, everybody. Let me go get my water. And then it's yapping time because I missed you. And I want to make sure we get a lot of yapping in. And I just want to talk about what the heck? What the heck? My voice gave out on me. And then while it did, I guess the good news is I freaking journaled and God, it's been... I hate that actually taking care of your mental health and like talking to your loved ones and thinking about life helps. I wish it wasn't so. It's so annoying. You know what I mean? It's so annoying. I hate to be that person that's like, oh God, just I hate to be that person being like, wow, just go, go outside, work out, feel better. I missed y'all so much. I have so much to talk to y'all about. Okay, give me a quick minute. I will be right back. My fellow momos. Give me one quick moment, and then I'm all yours. I just hate how it actually works. Like, I hate how, like, calling a therapist, talking about stuff, doing the actual homework that the therapist gave you. I don't remember the name of Link's horse. Yoshi, right? You punch him in the throat and they go, woo! And then they eat the apple. Uh-huh. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I hate that sometimes life is really that simple. Thank you, Ryan, for the bits. I hate how sometimes life is so simple that, like, all it really takes is do the homework your therapist gave you, take care of yourself, and I hate that it really takes me getting sick or me not being able to stream and not being able to do much to suddenly be like, all right, let me think about my life. Where do I want to be? Let me talk to my family, and boom. Suddenly, it actually makes things feel better. What the heck? What the heck? I wish it wasn't so. All right, give me a minute, and then I'm all yours for tonight. Wait, you went on a date today? Tell me more. Did you go for food? Did you go for a walk? Oh my God, I'm sorry. I sound like you're walking a dog and not going, did you go for walkies? Were they a good boy? Were they a good girl? Were they fluffy? Did you wanna like ruffle their hair? Oh man, that's so exciting though, seriously. You hear that, universe? Boyfriend distribution system. Come on, come on. Make it work. Make it work. You went to a cat cafe and then you went and got food. What a great first date. What the hell? Did you kiss? Sorry, everybody. I'm living vicariously through you. Did you kiss? Oh my God, I'm blushing. I'm blushing. Did you kiss? Wow. Did you text them and were you like, wow, thanks for tonight. It was it was so much fun. When do I get to see you again? Oh my God, I love love. I'm so happy for you. I hope it works out. I hope it works out. I hope you get a kiss. Momos, Jewel didn't get to have a kiss today. Could we all please kiss? Momos, I want you to kiss one another in the stream. That's right. You may begin your kissing. Hi, my loves. It's kissing time. Also, I think both Bricky and Jessie are no longer timed out. It was really, really nice while it lasted. But alas, they have been released from their crimes. Alas, they have been released from all the torment that they have committed. Oh my God, I'm so excited for you. I can't believe. Ooh. Sorry if I made you blush, by the way. But like, if you tell me, Matara, I went on a date. Of course I want to know. I want to know if you did. I want to know if you held hands. I want to know if you hugged. What did you wear? Oh, man. Oh, man. I'm so happy for you. Seriously. All jokes aside. I feel like there's always this like really fun moment of getting to know somebody, even if you don't end up together, even if you don't end up dating or, you know, whatever, for whatever reasons. It's always so like nice to get to know somebody like that. And yeah, I love it. I'm really, really happy for you. Agu, what if you've been on a date, but you just didn't realize it was a date? Huh? What if? What if? It's okay, Space Lizard. I'll be around. Don't even sweat it. How have y'all been? What have y'all been up to? I miss you. I have so much to talk to you about. But first, I just want to see how everybody's been doing. And oh man, the holiday season sure is holidaying. I've been having a lot on my mind. The one time I tell myself, all right, I'm gonna do a week of streaming. 3 days in, get a cold. My voice is not voicing. Doesn't sound good. But, you know, it ended up being so positive because I ended up spending a lot of time with my family. I ended up getting a lot of my tax stuff done, believe it or not. And I actually did my therapy homework, which, believe it or not, my therapist gave me homework. And I journaled about a lot of my feelings about people, situations, and things. And god damn it, it really, I feel like it's taken a huge mental load off of me. And working 6 days a week straight. Ooh, but think about that Christmas money. You did climbing today. I actually want to do some rock climbing, but I got my nails done. So I don't know. I'm scared of like breaking a nail at rock climbing. Because I got some Christmas nails now. Not really. They're just... Journaling has helped me so much over the years. Yeah, it really does. It really, really does. Just like basically having the same conversation you'd have with a person, but having it kind of with yourself through your journal, or just just unloading your thoughts, your feelings, where you're upset, why you're upset, what's going on, really makes a big difference. Yeah, you might be, Spiders. You might be. Is my Christmas shopping done? I'm supposed to go Christmas shopping on Friday. I'm supposed to get all my Christmas shopping done this Friday with my roommate. So I'm hoping we can get everything done. I'm hoping. Chisui, thank you so much for the gifting. Thank you. I really appreciate you. You basically had a finger bleeding. Oh, yeah, that's the thing with rock climbing. Sometimes it is really, really fun, but you have to be so locked in. And you have to make sure you're super, super mindful that you're not hurting yourself. You'll be having your first therapy appointment on the 30th. Let's go! I love to hear that. Good for you. And again, just remember, take your time. It's not a magic like source where you're not suddenly after one therapy please, get so much better and recover. I think a lot of it is just you are given the tools to work on yourself. And I think most importantly is you kind of need to acknowledge how you feel, acknowledge when things hurt you, and then give them time to get better. But I think being able to acknowledge when you're not feeling good is really, really important. Thank you for the hype train, everybody. What's everybody up to today, huh? I want to make sure I take it kind of easy today because even though I'm feeling better now, I'm so small. My voice isn't like fully back to good yet. I don't know what's going on. Everyone around me's been getting sick. I had randomly like a fever one of the days and then I didn't. So I don't know what the heck is going on. I don't know what the heck is going on with me. I don't know what's up. But I did get a lot of my admin stuff done, which is really, really, really nice. But other than that, yeah. Should you send poems in Russian or English? Why are we sending poems, my sweet angel? I'm trying to plan out my 2026. What's up, Influx? Thank you so much for the super. I'm already missing Kayson's convention tomorrow. Do I know what cons I might be appearing at next? I am going to be appearing at Giga's booth over at Holiday Matsuri this weekend. I think we have a panel together on Saturday and have some meet and greets. I might be there also on Friday, and I might be there also on Sunday. So keep your eyes peeled. Have your eyes peeled. Keep your eyes peeled. You're deep cleaning your room and keyboard. That's exciting. That's a lot of good stuff. But yeah, Influx, I'm sorry to hear that you're missing Kason. What convention is she at? My sweet, beautiful Kason. What convention is she at, huh? Yeah, I think tonight, just in case to like get back into things smoothly, I'm going to take it kind of easy. And oh my God, the moment that I went live, I suddenly got like a million ads. Oopsie poopsie. It's always like that. The moment you go live, suddenly everybody answers and you're like, all right, guys, I'm sorry. Y'all are gonna have to wait. Y'all are gonna have to wait. Except the president. I'll answer the president. It's the president! The president, Amiki! The president. I hope he's doing good. She's gonna be debuting, I think. I forgot if she posted if it's on the 20th, which is crazy to me that we are gonna have such a OG of all OGs of the VTubers be live and streaming. You guys are gonna love her. I'm sure of it. You guys are gonna love her. You're gonna adore her. She's gonna make you feel real nice and smooth. You got to see Universal Studios Hogsmeade. Nice! What does the buttered beers taste like? I've always wondered. What does the buttered beers taste like? Has been a question that's been on my mind for many moons. Many times and many moons. Yeah, I think y'all are gonna absolutely love her. I think y'all are gonna think she's the cutest patootus. What's up, Lively? And Shuta, thank you for the 6 months. Thank you. Yeah, Fuzuki Miki. That one. That's same one. All right. Let me give you a little bit of yaps to start off the day. Had some pretty nice conversations with my roommates. Some of these, speaking of, hold on, my roommate's home. Yeah, because I was home and I don't know if I got sick or not because I had a fever one of the days, but then I felt fine the other days. And I've just been hanging out with the roommates a lot and yapping with them and just kind of talking about life, the future. Where do they want to be? Where do they want to grow old? How do I see myself in that picture? All that fun stuff. So a big thing that they told me about that is really exciting, I guess, is we had been talking a little bit about buying a home together, where I want them to sell their current living place and kind of live off that money. And I would want to buy something that they would basically live in. And that way, you know, not to like talk about big adult things too much, but that way when one day eventually they are to pass, it's easier for me to inherit it. I won't have to like, you know, because then it's already something that I own and it gives me something to work towards and all that. And then they kind of brought up that they're not really sure that they want to stay in the part of Canada where they're at. Many reasons for that. Number one, and this one might be so silly, but they're having a really hard time not knowing French. They don't know French super fluently. They've lived in an English-speaking province before, so it's much easier for them. And just the weather. The weather is another big one where the East Coast, as much as I love the East Coast, the weather on the East Coast, it just gets really cold in the winter. It gets really cold. You don't want to go anywhere. You don't want to do anything. So there is a non-zero possibility that they end up wanting to move to, I say Vancouver, but it's the West Coast, BC, British Columbia. And they were kind of wondering if, that's something that I'd be interested in because they would be doing that to be closer to me. Victor, thank you so much for the gifted. And they're also curious if I would, want to live there instead of coming back all the way to the East Coast. So it was really nice to kind of just sit down and talk about it. No, actually, Aki, it's funny enough, but the weather is much milder in BC. It's just, the weather is much milder in BC because of it's this weird thing that we learned in school where because it has warm winds coming from the Pacific, I guess what it is, right? Versus in the East Coast, there's cold winds coming from the Atlantic, which is why if you look, for example, Toronto might be much more north than say a Paris. Sorry, might be like on the same, place as Paris is, but Toronto will have minus 40 Celsius and so much snow, and Paris is going to have minus 5 Celsius. Move to Edmonton? Never. So for some reason, this is what I remember baby, school of you have cold winds coming from the Atlantic onto the East Coast, which is why the East Coast is so cold. And you have warm winds coming from the Pacific, which is why the West Coast is so warm. That's the most TLDR, the most baby way I can kind of explain it. Kat, thank you so much for the 26 months. Sartik, thank you for the 2 years, my angel. But yeah, and they obviously, I know everyone's like, come to Texas, you'll never be cold. Come to Florida. We're not American. So, when you're Canadian, where in Canada do you want to grow old? We're not American, so it's not gonna happen. Siberia may be cold, but people here are the hot. My grandma's from Siberia, and she must have been a hottie, I guess. Mm-hmm. Go to Indonesia with Mitri. Again, just a tiny bit of a reminder, lovingly, my sweet angels. My family that is getting much older, they are Canadian and they want to retire in Canada where they speak the language, know the people, understand the culture. It's kind of hard to get old people to move to another country where they don't know the language, they don't know anything about it, they don't, So I think my family at their big age moving to Indonesia is even less likely than them moving to Florida or to Texas, right? But thank you, Malefic. But yeah, so we were talking about that next time they want to visit me in LA, they want to take the plane over to Vancouver and kind of explore different neighborhoods and see what they want to do. And that means I'm going to have to figure out a way because houses in there are very expensive. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know what we're going to do. But at least they have pretty okay public transit and stuff like that. Prince Edward Island? I don't think they want Prince Edward Island. I really think they have their heart set on British Columbia. It doesn't have to be Vancouver. It could be somewhere super up north. It could be, I don't know how close, what was it? Coquitlam, I think it was, or North Vancouver. There's a lot of different places. There's a lot of, yeah, so it was just having these kinds of important conversations with your family about, nobody wants to talk about getting old. Nobody wants to talk about death. Nobody wants to talk about inheritance. Nobody wants to talk about that kind of stuff. But it is important to kind of address these things before they get too old, right? Before they get too old, and maybe they're not going to be able to move across the country in the same way that they might be able to do so now. So it was important to kind of talk about this. And it was a good talk. Like I said, it was good talks. And it definitely got me a little bit in my feels as well of I don't know if anybody experiences this when you go to your family's house for Christmas or the holidays and you kind of, they get older. They get older. Obviously, you get older as well, but you really start noticing it in your family when they can't go for walks as long. They go to bed early. They're tired. You kind of see they're getting up from a chair and they're like, ooh. And it just kind of makes you realize that the time to spend with them is now. It's not later. The moments, the memories are now. It's not later. Your mom falls asleep at the movies. Yeah, it happens, right? And you might not even realize because you yourself are also getting older, right? If you're, for example, nearing, 40, your back might be hurting when you wake up in the morning. You might be sore after the gym. But then when you look at your dad, suddenly you're like, oh, wait a second. He's like, he hurt his leg like 3 weeks ago and he's still kind of like walking a little weird. Flying Yeti, once again, my sweet angel, we are not American, so forget naming any American place for us to move to. We are not American. We cannot just go up and move to America long term with folks that are not going to be working in America. So once again, sweet angel, once again, my dear, not how that works. I don't want my parents to get old. I know, Sky. It's oh my God. I got really emotional this week too, just about that. My dad retired a few months ago and I got hit with existentialism. Make sure he keeps doing some fun stuff. Make sure he's like, oh my God, yesterday the funniest thing happened, by the way. So my roommates, they're married, right? And the male roommate, he's been learning Japanese, a little bit of Japanese because we really want to go to Japan with them. And we were talking a little bit about what would be our itinerary if we go to Japan, because I might be going to Japan in March because I might have to go record something, maybe. Wink, wink. Keep your eyes peeled. So I was telling them about that. I'm like, if I'm going in March, you guys should come with me. You guys should take like 2-3 weeks off. I'll be a little bit busy, but then I'll introduce you to my friends, etc. And my female roommate, she's like, to her husband, she's like, well, what are you gonna do, right? She's like, I'm gonna be shopping, you do something else. And he goes, how can I let you walk by yourself? You don't speak Japanese. Because he's been learning like 3 words. He's like, I can have my woman by herself in Japan. She doesn't speak Japanese. Meanwhile, he knows like konnichiwa, arigato, hi. Like, and he's like, wait, my maiden, I cannot let you be in Japan by yourself. Influx, once I found out about my context here, I'll let y'all know, I promise. It was so cute. He's just like, no, how can I let you be by yourself in Japan? You don't speak Japanese. It was really, really funny. It was so funny. Oh my God. My granddad just retired and he's having a great time going to the gym, flying his remote control helicopter, playing Clash of Clans. Oh, I love that. He's like dunking on 12-year-olds. Satine, thank you for watching the stream. Appreciate it. But yeah, they were very, very cute. There might be an opportunity for me to go to Japan in March to record something and get some stuff figured out. I don't know yet on the schedule, but if that works out, I'm gonna fly them over to Japan and kind of show them. I'm already gonna see if I can reserve Onigiri for her time, because I'm making Onigiri take us to the fish market, to the temples. We're gonna do a bunch of stuff. I'm gonna see what Hi Guy's up to. He's gonna be our tour guide, because I can kind of figure stuff out by myself, but having an extra person that can. If Mint is in Japan, I am making her take us to a goddamn maid cafe. I don't even care. Mint is going to take me and the roommates to a maid cafe, and we're going to have a grand old time. We're going to have the best and the grandest and the oldest time. It's going to be amazing. It's going to be so good. What about you, Influx? Are you going to any conventions? Everybody else that's listening, what conventions are y'all going to? For now, my only ones I'm sort of thinking about next year are Anime Expo, WeebCon, and there was another, Off-Pride. Those are my current ones that I'm sort of thinking about, kind of planning and kind of coagulating in my brain. Holiday Matsuri! I'm gonna be at Giga's booth. I'm gonna be busy. I'm gonna be working it from the internet. That's fair, Braze. It's a tough time. TwitchCon 2026. I gotta be honest with you. I think TwitchCon is too expensive. And I think it's gotten a little bit too much. Do I have a maid outfit? Maybe in the future. Wink, wink. I think TwitchCon's getting a little too expensive, where I feel bad going to TwitchCon and asking my audience to come meet me there. I think in the future, if I'm invited and I'm doing something, sure, I'll come. But it's getting harder and harder to justify you guys coming to TwitchCon. I would love to do more European cons. That's for sure. I would love to be able to go to Vexpo or another one of those year. I would love to even try TwitchCon EU. But it's just getting crazy that I think TwitchCon year passes were like $250, which is crazy for a 3-day pass, considering stuff like Anime Impulse, it's like $20 per day, right? Having healthcare is way more important than warm weather. Right now, multiple of my older relatives have cancer. I'm so sorry to hear that influx. Yeah, this is why, I get it. It's the internet and people are just trying to help. I don't take it personal if everyone's like, you guys should go to Florida. You guys should go to Texas. You guys should go to the moon, like the Dogecoin. But realistically, it's, they're getting older and they want to be in a place where they know they have reliable healthcare, where they know how the healthcare system works, where they have a retirement fund or whatever it is. And as much as it's amazing to be like, wow, you guys should just move to Indonesia. You guys should just move to this other country in the middle of nowhere where you don't speak the language, you don't know anybody. And for me, being younger, it's fine. I say younger, but still, I can make friends. I'm on the internet, but their generation, it's very different. It's very different. I can't just expect them to go to like a completely different country where they know nothing. I could be the queen of Mars if I move there now. You say this, but there's no infrastructure yet, There's no infrastructure. High Score, we're going to be working on them probably later this week. Because I got sick and wasn't able to stream, we didn't get as many of them accomplished as I really, really wanted to. But we're working on them. For example, I'm planning the fridge collab with Juniper and Eggs. I already have a long collab planned with Zen and Limes, which is going to knock out a lot of the Vishojo collabs. The fridge one, I'm messaging Gidi about the fridge cookies and stuff like that. So there's going to be a few that we're gonna be able to knock out. I just want to make sure I don't put too much strain on my voice today, but I'm kind of testing out if it's better to stream yet. I don't know if there was like a weird bug or something, get it, flying around that got me out of commission, or what was going on. I have no idea. I have no idea what has been going on. I am also planning a Christmas collab. I forgot, one person didn't say yes yet. I forgot if it was, but it's definitely going to be me, Alex, and I'd like for it to be Juniper and Giga. I just don't remember. One person either didn't say yes or I missed it because we started talking about something else. And we can call it like Christmas Hags because Junie is an honorary hag. She's a haglet, which is basically an honorary hag. Thank you for the 27 months. The wife and I got our butts kicked by COVID. Was this your first COVID or no? Because my second COVID, my second COVID experience was worse than my first one. But I was with Mint, and for her, it was her first COVID experience, and it was awful. She was like dead. She was not able to do anything. So I wonder if it's just that it's getting worse and worse, or maybe we caught something different, or anything like that. So it really makes me wonder. It really makes me wonder. But yeah, definitely want to have a little hag stream for Christmas. Thank you, Kai, for the 27 months. I appreciate you. And for New Year, we're going to be live. We're going to be doing some stuff. So I'm excited. There's going to be a lot of good stuff. I still don't know how I keep dodging COVID. Good. Keep doing it. Keep doing it. I want to be a little bit mindful. I'm going to knock on wood here. Last time I got COVID was a year and a half ago in Japan. So I don't know if I'm due for another round, or I don't know if I am good to avoid it. But one thing's for sure is I started masking up a lot more. I wear a mask now when I go outside with like regular folks, especially if I'm going on a plane or anything like that. I am absolutely masking up. I also am looking into getting this mask for the plane where you can like put little like you can put like a little pouch in it that like helps like humidify the air, things like that. But definitely, I think plane is a big one. Plane and conventions. I'd say plane and conventions are big. And another thing that I would even do if you're going to conventions or you're going on a plane is a few days before that, start eating healthier. Like, for example, before conventions, I will take more vitamins. I'll get like a green juice the day before. At the convention, I'm going to try to have like salad. I hate to say this. You're going to hate me when I say this. I have noticed that when I don't drink at conventions now, I don't get sick. As much as I hate to say it, when you drink at a con, your immune system goes down. You're also not sleeping as much. You're not eating as much. That it sucks, but I have noticed that makes a really, really big difference. And speaking of emergency, Girl DM swears that having 2 emergencies a day with a lot of water is amazing. Mishka, спасибо за 19 месяцев. Спасибо тебе. Ooh, that's really smart, Kaden. Hi, Zhu. Thank you for the 14. The thing is, I do think it might cut down on the social interaction a little bit, but I really think it's just when you don't drink as much, you just sleep better. You sleep better, you recover better. You're not, like I noticed at TwitchCon, I didn't drink. My first drink at TwitchCon was 8:30 p.m. on Sunday. What's up, Octo? Thank you for the 17 months. And Merc, thank you for the 7 months. Squish, 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 squish. Oops, sorry. I accidentally pulled up I like clicked something on Twitter and it accidentally pulled up a stream of somebody I follow that person. It's Pig Sauce. I was like, what the heck? Sorry for that. Lights Eye, thank you for the 14 months. I was clicking to squeeze, okay? I think definitely I noticed at TwitchCon where if I was at a party and somebody was talking to me, I could notice when I was raising my voice to the point where it was hurting my throat. So I'd often be like, hey, let's have this conversation tomorrow because I can't hear you. You can't hear me. I don't want to keep raising my voice so loud for you to hear. It's just not working out. Stop squeezing us! Never. How dare you say that? Do you know that there's momos out there who wish to be squeezed and you're here being like, please, please don't squeeze me? How dare you? How dare you? How dare you? There's so many momos that wish to be squeezed and you're here being like, I don't want to be squeezed. Stop. Some drown while others die of thirst. Exactly. I will say one thing I'm definitely scared of with COVID is to lose my sense of taste. I love food so damn much. I love food so darn much. And I just, oh my God, that would be horrible and terrifying. Apparently, Eli, I know Henya mentioned that she doesn't have a sense of taste. But it's so jarring and it's so scary. Then again, I wonder, because I don't know, when I've talked to Henya before, and this was all on stream, so I'm not revealing anything secret, she didn't seem to be like super food oriented. You know, there's some people where they kind of just eat for sustenance. Because Henya would, for example, in the morning drink like cold tea. She would put a tea bag in like barely lukewarm water and drink it. She would then have like the same sandwich every day that her mother would make. So I also don't know how much she was kind of driven by food. Obviously, there's the Reese's and stuff like that, but it does make me wonder if like you're already somebody that's not super driven by food, and then it's like, imagine if you have let's say, sorry to make it an adult topic, let's say you already have a really low sex drive and then you take medication that cuts that sex drive even more, right? So it does make me wonder if she already was somebody that wasn't really that driven by food, because listening to her talk about food, it was never like, you can hear other people talk of the food and you kind of understand. You're like, oh, this person loves to eat. They love food. Right? Oh. I'm going to be appearing virtually in Flux. I'm going to be appearing virtually at Giga's booth. Unfortunately, first of all, thank you again for the soup. Thank you for spoiling me today. I really appreciate it. Unfortunately, my health isn't really where I wanted it to be. I don't know why, but the moment I came back to Canada, I got sick a lot. I am not feeling good. My body hurts. My spirit hurts. I think, honestly, I think being around, obviously, Junie is a loved one, but it's a little bit different if you're kind of breaking down in front of your roommate all the time. And Junie's a great girl. She's very sweet. She has given me so much support and love and attention. But, you know, she kind of doesn't need to like deal with my problems, especially because I'm so much older. So I think for me, being with my family, where even though I'm your auntie and I'm your mom, to them, I'm just their baby roommate, right? Like I'm their baby. It really, 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 like, I just broke down a lot, which is good. Like I said, I can actually feel myself healing. Oh, I have a crazy update for you all. I have a crazy update, which is such proof of me healing, okay? It's gonna sound really silly. So, you know, without being too indiscreet about life, sometimes people will flirt with me, right? Even if I have a little bit of a resting bitch face, I'm generally nice. I answer people if they talk to me. And as much as I joke about, you know, husband distribution system, when is it my turn, all that stuff, a really big problem with everything that happened to me this year is I am just not open to love at all. And to the point where like I'm not open to love or new friendships. I'm very scared of getting, I just don't know who to trust. Honestly, post Vishojo, the people I really trusted to take care of me failed me. And it's not people's fault, but I've talked about it where like even my friends and stuff, I thought, okay, this sucks that like we had this thing come between us. So it's just been really, really hard for me to open up to people and make new friends. It's been hard to reconnect with old friends because I don't want to sound like I'm trauma dumping about my life, but it's been a lot. So if I go out somewhere like the gym or I'm somewhere and let's say like I'll eat somewhere and somebody will start talking to me, even if I notice that they're flirting a little bit, I will kind of shut down. And it's kind of like I will just kind of freeze, if that makes sense, right? Like if somebody will be very nice and I'll be like, oh, are you eating by yourself? Da 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 da. And like you can kind of tell sometimes because if let's say a man is talking to me like, oh, like how come your boyfriend's not eating with you? Like that's kind of him checking, you know, if I'm single or not. And I can be like, I don't have a boyfriend or, you know, things like that. But I've noticed that in the past, I really would like shut down and I just absolutely would not like my reaction would be like I would kind of feel my body tense. Even if I found that the person was attractive and kind and sweet, my body would kind of tense up and I would like look down and yeah. And the other day I went to get a coffee. I went on a little walk and I went to get a coffee. And I had a little interaction with these two men in front of me. And I didn't shut down. And for some reason, like it's such a small thing. And again, it didn't lead to nowhere. It was just like a little, you know, like a little like drive-by flirting where like they kind of hit on me while I was waiting for my coffee. And then we kind of yapped a little bit. And I don't know, but for some reason, instead of me, like, it's kind of hard to explain, but you just need to understand that for the last year and a half, I would shut down. Like, anytime somebody flirted with me, I would, like, shut down. I don't know if it's, like, a control thing or a thing of, like, I just wasn't comfortable. Because I kind of like instantly thought, oh my God, I'm going to have to talk to them. I'm going to have to open up about them. If they ask me how I'm doing in life, I'm going to have to tell, oh my God. And then I'm going to have to explain why I'm so miserable right now because of Shoujo. And it was like such a small thing, but it's the first time in a long time that I actually could like feel myself being like, huh, that was really nice. I kind of like gave it back a little bit, you know, I like kind of gave it back to them a little bit and it was a good time. And like, you know, we don't need to exchange numbers and anything like, and it's such a small and silly thing, but I noticed it and I was like, this is nice. I hope I keep healing. I hope I keep like getting my sparkle back, right? So for all the jokes I make about husband distribution system, boyfriend distribution system, you know, I just noticed that my first instinct wasn't to like hide, but in fact it was to like open up and make conversation. And yeah, it's I'm not there yet, but it's really, really good, and I'm happy. I'm really, really happy. Yeah. Tell me more about the husband distribution system. So Aki, I stole it from like the cat distribution system. So there's this thing that people say is called the cat distribution system, meaning that if you're walking in life and then like there's a cat that ends up at your front door, you have to adopt it. Like your friend will randomly like give you a cat. There's just something in the world called cat distribution system where you just get assigned a cat and now you have to take care of the cat. So we kind of, you know, started this joke of like the husband distribution system. Like, it's okay. I'm in line. I'm in line to the husband distribution system. So you're a recipient of the cat distribution system. There we go. My family benefited for the cat distribution system. There we go. It's a response to trauma, Matara. It's natural. You're putting up walls to protect yourself. And I totally get that. Thank you. And Jet, thank you so much. I just... What I want to explain, and it might sound kind of weird if you haven't been through trauma lately, but if you have, I think you might relate to this 100%. It's like, I'm so scared of getting hurt again by people that I trust that it's just easier not to let anybody in. It's easier to just like, so the moment I meet a person, my brain instantly goes into how will they hurt me? How will I have to, and also will I have to open up about my pain that I suffered this year for them to understand me? Like, I'm definitely really, really weird now. So am I going to have to tell them everything that happened? And I don't want to relive that just yet. So I'm glad to hear that I'm getting a little bit better. Of course, Tyron, there is. Of course. Hi, Don. Thank you for the 13 months. I do hope I do an IRL convention eventually. I just did Anime Impulse in person, and I did TwitchCon in person. I did both TwitchCon and Anime Impulse in person, and a lot of people got to meet me. A lot of people got to meet me. I'm sorry if you missed out, my sweet angel. Are you weird or do you just feel weird? It's hard to tell, Brownie, because where I think I'm acting weird and being weird, I'm probably acting normal, but just in general, because I'm Eastern European and I have resting bitch face, and a lot of people, when they meet me, if I'm not smiling and like making grand gestures, people think I'm kind of cold. So I do wonder if I'm actually acting very normal, just maybe a little bit more lethargic, and I appear fully normal. I just think. It's okay, Thorn. It is what it is. I just, you know, it's a reminder for me that I have good instinct with people, situations, and things. And yeah, that is just going to take me longer to get involved with things again. I love that. Pretty much my wife needed some change to put my laundry through a dry cycle. She spotted me and we hung out all day. Yay! I love that. The wife distribution system. It worked for you, my friend. Must be nice. 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 Yeah, I'm sorry to hear that, Mallard. It sucks, but it happens. And it's one of those where you just kind of have to... Oh, sorry. My immersion. Matawa. My immersion. My immersion. My girlfriend likes to joke that I'm from the Gremlin distribution system. I like it. Thank you, Vaughn, for the 23. It was so good to meet you, Dasvi. Thank you, Rafi. I do smile a lot when I talk on stream because it makes me happy. I like streaming. And I think it shows. And it's just, like I said, I'm sorry that I need a lot more time this year to recover. It was a big thing. It was a big thing. And it really shook how I feel about the industry. That's like my biggest thing, I think, is it really shook how I feel about the industry in general. I think a lot of the stuff that happened are kind of because of the industry in general. So it's hard to blame one person. I think it's just how people, oh my God, I don't know how much I want to get into this, but I think it's just how people gather around power, wealth, success, not to use that word, clout. I think that kind of also was a little bit eye-opening to me, and at the same time, I also have this personality trait where I don't like to encounter the same problems all the time. So I have noticed something similar in the JP Corpo, which, you know, there was a lot of reasons for leaving. A big one was I did not feel safe, nor did I feel that my fan base was safe. But also there's a way that people kind of gather around power, popularity, wealth, that I don't really like. I don't know if that's like my, you know, neurodivergence or what it is. I think it's fine, to be honest. I think it's fine to be like, I don't want to do this. I don't like doing this, blah, 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 blah. And then now I'm seeing that same thing elsewhere. So at a certain point, I don't want to be here complaining about the same thing 2 years from now, right? Because, and again, the problem is also me, to be clear. Like, it's also my problem that I'm not okay with this kind of stuff. So, and by the way, like, there's obviously a lot of incredible people, but I do think it becomes a little bit, this is something that I think I really just have to do, is I kind of have to close myself off a little bit more. I think at the end of the day is we're here to hang out. We're here to yap. I have a lot of great friends that I love doing content with, that I love doing stuff with, but not everybody can be a close life friend, and that's okay. But we'll see how things go and how I'm going to recover this year. But yeah, I just wanted to share that. It's such a small thing, but I don't know where everybody is in their healing journey. I don't know where everybody is, but I just remember when my father passed away, for a long time, I would get really upset when people talked about their dads. Even though mine and I did not have like a great relationship his last year of his life, because he had a lot of problems, like mentally. And I just remember in one moment, someone said something that previously would like really hurt me or get me to be sad, and it just didn't. And I remember noticing and being like, wow, this is proof that I'm healing. And that happened again. And like, obviously, like, it happened here with somebody cute, where like, I think romance is also a big part of it, right? Because to me, if I'm romantic with somebody, I have to open up a big part of myself to them. I think you are giving people the tools to hurt you a lot. So it's a very small thing, but I was like, wow, maybe the husband distribution, maybe I'm ready to apply to the husband distribution system in like a year or two or so. That would be awesome. Not gonna rush it, not gonna, you know, but hey. I'm so sorry, Kaden. My absolute condolences to your older brother. My absolute condolences, my sweet angel. Yeah, right, Dragon? Just one day it gets kind of better. It's already gotten a lot better with just like talking with people and talking with stuff. And I think a big thing that I started doing, honestly, is I started reaching out to friends that I had before. So there's two ways, right? I've been reconnecting with some friends in VTubing that maybe I don't collab with. Like, for example, Miki is somebody that I'm very close with. But I don't really, I mean, even back in like the old corpo, we didn't really collab much, right? Um, I've been talking to Mint a little bit lately. I've been talking to Lime. I've been talking to like a lot of people, but most importantly, I think I just kind of started reaching out and trying to connect with people that I knew before streaming really kind of kicked off. Because I think it would be nice to be around folks that, how do I explain this? Sometimes the problems in streaming seem so big, right? Like the stuff that happened with the company. But then when you talk to people who have other jobs, it's like you're reminded that, hey, maybe their boss got fired for something awful. Maybe their company went under for something awful. Maybe like it's things that happen, and that kind of makes it more okay because you realize, wait, this isn't a vacuum thing. Like people go through these things all the time. And for some reason, knowing that makes it hurt a little bit less. There's no need to rush romance. Wait a second. It took me over a decade of being single to meet my current girlfriend, and I'm thinking of proposing soon. I'm so excited! What the heck? That's so exciting! Ah! Yippee! Oh, what the heck? Right, Ultra? Like at a certain point, you kind of get used to it. Oh man. I think Zero, my biggest thing is like, there are parts of this industry. Okay, so I think the biggest thing was this situation with Bishojo showed me that there are parts of the industry that I just absolutely am not okay with, and I am like so against, okay? But then I have to decide for myself. If I continue doing what I'm doing, I also can't be so against it. Like at a certain point, where am I able to put my pride down, right? Or for example, like, where do I have to realize that if this is the industry I'm in, that's going to keep happening? And I can't keep getting upset at it, right? Like my problem is I'm getting upset at things, and it's like, okay, but you've been getting upset about the same stuff for 4 years now or 5 years. At a certain point, maybe the problem isn't other people. Maybe the problem is me, and I have to get better at not being upset at that. I'm mid-40 guy interested in trying streaming. Absolutely, it's doable. I recommend that you take a look on YouTube and you look up videos that are like how to start streaming, all that fun stuff, because they're going to give you advice that's a lot more current than the advice I would give you. My advice would be try streaming 3 times a week, try to find a niche, grow in that niche, and do short form content. I want you to be posting at least 3 vertical videos a week, and you can cross post that same video over on Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, and Twitter. But absolutely, there's no such thing as too late. We're gonna see a rise of a lot older streamers now. I think a lot of people's parents are gonna start like streaming. A lot of, when I say people's parents, I mean like my big age. So they're gonna be like 75, etc. streaming. I think we're gonna see a lot more of that. Exactly, Aki. Like companies go under. People steal money. People are bad to other people. That's very normal. Can we start a hag streamer group? You absolutely can. I'm going to be staying away from groups for a little bit. I don't want to have any official groups. I just want to hang out with the people that I love and do what I'm doing. But you can absolutely start a hag group. You should. Thanks, Chaos. I appreciate it. But yeah, I think it's just important for me to kind of realize that I can't keep getting upset at the same situations, but with different actors, right? Like if it's the same play every year with just different actors, I can't keep being like, oh my God, I'm upset. Like, okay, yeah, get over it. Get over it, girl. That's so cute, Alva. I love it. I think dumpling would be the only word for pilmeni. I think so. I don't really see another one. I think if something sounds too good to be true, it normally is. Yeah, I think you should just trust your instinct and never be afraid to ask questions. Something I've learned that's really, really important. A lot of companies will try to make you not talk to your friends. They'll try to make it seem like it's bad if you talk about money or you talk about other things. I always encourage you to talk. For example, if somebody did a convention, be like, hey, did you have a good experience with this convention? Et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Because maybe you've done a convention and then you find out that they paid people 8 months late. Or maybe you find out that it was really disorganized, but it was disorganized because it was volunteer-based. So that's fine, right? Like that's more forgivable. I think you absolutely should be talking to your peers about stuff more often. Definitely. Thank you, Monarch. Something like that. But yeah, like I said, I was really, really excited when I'm like, oh, I think I might be healing a little bit. I think I might be getting there. Dom, first of all, I'm so sorry that happened. I'll be honest with you. I don't know if I'm the right person to ask this kind of stuff to. I have not had a wife or a husband leave me, so I'm not able to really empathize with a lot of that pain. I can only imagine what it would feel like. I think you just gotta let yourself be angry until you get better. I think that's one piece of advice that people kind of forget is like, it's okay to be upset. It's okay to be mad. It's okay to be mad at her. It's okay to be mad at your life. It's okay to be mad at things. But eventually, right, life is unfair and maybe you got dealt a really shitty hand and you're allowed to feel bad about it. But then eventually, if you don't get out of that by yourself, it does become your responsibility. You won't get better. And at the end of the day, you deserve to be better. I think about it this way, right? If your partner left you after you sacrificed so much for them, how amazing that they left you now and not in 20 years. Because in 20 years, right now, right, you said you sacrificed a year of your life and your career for your partner who left you. It would be so much fucking worse, sorry for my language, if they left you in 20 years where maybe they had like 4 houses under their name. Maybe you guys had kids that they poisoned against you. Like, it sucks to say, but it really sounds like you dodged a bullet. And I know right now it doesn't feel like it and you just want things to be fair. But looking at life that way kind of helped me out a lot of just like, oh, well, it could have been much worse in 20 years. Like maybe you would have sacrificed 20 years of your life and completely ruined your health and completely completely like gave everything away because you trusted this person that took it. So it sucks. But again, people get remarried at 70 years old. People find love again at 60. It can happen again. But I think it's okay to let yourself be upset. I think right now we have this weird culture sometimes of like, you're not allowed to be upset or like there's a certain period of time where you're supposed to mourn things and get over them. I really do think the gym will help. I think the gym really does help with releasing your steam. And one of the most important things I think with stuff like the gym is that, or even reading, is that it reminds you that you are in control, right? Like you can be really, really sad, but you can still read a book. You can be really, really sad, but you'll still run a 10K. And it just kind of reminds you that like, hey, at the end of the day, you can still control your current circumstances quite a lot. Quite a lot. And yeah, like you are so allowed to be upset and don't let anybody tell you like, ooh, just get over it. I don't want to get over it. I was with this woman for 5 years. I sacrificed everything. I loved her and she left me. But at the same time, let's say, 5 years in, she doesn't love you like you deserve to be loved. how amazing that she's gone in 5 years and not like you could imagine for a second waking up 30 years in, her looking you dead in the eyes and going, I have never loved you. I stayed with you because you had a good job and you took care of me. Sorry, I try not to swear. How fucking devastating would that have been? Whoa! Like, it sucks 5 years. It sucks that you lost 5 years of your life, but it could have been more, like, it could have been worse. I mean it. I don't know if I'm truly a positive person or if I've just been through so much shit that I just know how to talk myself. A lot of life is tricking yourself into feeling better. It's tricking yourself into doing the hard thing, honestly. I think so too, what Matthew said, where like, exhaust yourself. A lot of times when your mind is overactive, it's because you're not pushing your body enough. And I hate, by the way, I am not trying to be preachy, and I apologize if I sound preachy, right? I'm not trying to be that person that's like, oh, you feel sad? Go for a walk. Do your splits and your squats. No. But damn, when my body's exhausted, the endorphins kick in, and suddenly you're like, oh, nice. I had an older brother tell his wife of 5 years that he settled for her. Ah! Damn. Sag boy to the gym. No. You know what though? Feel sad. Feel sad. You're allowed. Mata, I have a problem on Discord. You can add Zero Infinite about that, my sweet angel. I am not John Discord. I know nothing. I know nothing about Discord. Have I finished my Christmas shopping? I have an influx. We're going to be doing some Christmas shopping on Friday. Got to figure out what I'm getting my roommates. Mm-hmm. Oh, Alana, you're so sweet. But it's just when I was a young girl, when I was a much younger woman. I've talked about this friend before on the stream, but I had a best friend by the name of Kay, and she was my best friend. And then I got her a job at a restaurant I worked in, and she just started like talking shit about me to everybody at the restaurant, despite being one of my closest friends. She started acting really weird and doing strange things, and like, in hindsight, it did make me have. Because of how awful she was to me, it made my now very close friend of many years come up to me and be like, hey, I gotta talk to you. Your friend is not your friend. This is the stuff that she's been saying about you. So somebody did that for me, and we stopped being friends. And I forgot who it was that gave me this advice. I want to say it's my mother, but I don't think it was my mother. I'm trying to remember who it was, but I remember being really devastated because this was my best friend, quote unquote, for like 5 years. Like I genuinely felt like, wow, this is somebody that I could, see at like my bridesmaid at my wedding, the aunt to my kids one day. And I think it was my mom, because it's such a crude example that I think it must have been my mom that told me. And she was like, how lucky that she won't use you for another job. How lucky that she won't use you to pay for things again. Like, it was only 5 years that she used you. Like, that's it. And again, the quote that was said to me was, imagine in the future having to tell your kids, Auntie K won't be coming over because she's a fucking cunt. That's how I'm sorry for my language, but like, that's how my roommate speaks. So I think it was my roommate that gave me this advice. And it holds so dear to me today, of like how nice that it was only that little amount of time. And in the grand scheme of my life, it means nothing. Yeah, Roach. And then I don't know if I think I've talked about it before, but she ended up working at that restaurant for a while with my like then now friend. And when I first had started doing the Twitch television, and I finally started like doing good, and I was like having a little Instagram pop-off moment, and I was getting invited to like these little Instagram events, and I would be posting stuff, she would then come up to my friend that I got as a friend because she was awful to me, and she would come up to him and she'd be like, wow, I am just so proud of, Matara. I always knew she had it in her. She's so amazing. Da 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 da. And my friend would look at her and be like, "You were crazy. You have sabotaged her at every step of the way." Talk shit. When I had started streaming, she would be talking shit about it to anybody that would hear. She thought gaming was great. Like, you were not supportive ever. So it's stuff like that where I'm like, can I squeeze the Momo? Of course. Here you go. Marco, thank you for the super. But it's funny because, like, I'm sure if I asked her now about it, she'd be like, no, I was always supporting you. I was never bad. But yeah. I have no idea what she's up to. But I have considered maybe going to that restaurant. The restaurant moved. It doesn't exist anymore. They moved to like another place, and I don't live in that city anymore. But I've considered going in there just to see what she's up to, if she's still there. But it must have been like 15 years, TBH. So I don't even know if the restaurant is still there. I don't even know if the restaurant is still there. But yeah, anyway, this whole story to let you know that I think sometimes in life, if somebody really deeply hurts you a year in, and you can genuinely look at yourself and say, I did so much for you. I cared for you. I did so much. I made your life better. Blah, 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 blah. Thank God. Thank God that it happened so quick. What if she's secretly a Momo? If she is, I don't care. I can't prevent somebody from watching my stream. I can't prevent somebody from watching my stream. In fact, thank you for the viewership. I think if she was a Momo, she'd find a way to reach out to me now that I have some kind of modicum of popularity. I don't want to use the word power, but you get what I mean. Eyes, thank you for the 8 months. Flex on her and tell her to go cry. She told the other waiters that I would actually no, everybody could see me cry in the freezer room. She told the other waiters that I would sleep in the bathroom, which was true. I would sleep hungover in the bathroom, but like you can't be telling our coworkers. It's like I would tell her that, you know, sometimes at the end of my shift, I would go into the fridge where the dessert was and I would like eat the meringue, okay, in the fridge. And she would tell them, and I'm like, no, I'm telling you this as my best friend. You're supposed to keep it a secret. Nobody's supposed to know that I go and I eat dessert illegally at the end of my shift, okay? You can't snitch. What the heck? What are you doing? You're supposed to be my friend. My closest friend. You can't be telling a random cook that you don't even get along with that I go and eat the dessert. Nobody's supposed to know. Yeah. Of course, Vicente. I love hanging out with y'all. It's fun. Yep. You remember that. I'm glad. Oh my God. Some of you really listen to my stories. Thank you. It's weird how you don't have any, don't have any toxic romantic stories to relate with, but the old bad job is the closest analog. Right, Tuner? I guess in my case, it's not old bad toxic job. It's more like old toxic friend. Right? Because at the end of the day, it's a relationship you have with somebody. It's okay. I love squeezing the Momo. My God, I don't know how to like translate this in English, but it's something called mignardise. Mignardise. Okay. Mignardise. So these nuts, get it? But we had this thing at my job. So one of the desserts that we had was these little kind of like, I think there was 10 different styles of them, but they were like these little kind of cakes, right? Maybe there was less styles than that. And then sometimes when folks would order dessert, they would get these like little bad boys kind of like lined up on their plate. So they're kind of like, think of cakes, but like very, very, very small cakes. Okay? They're just very, very, very small cakes. And the good news about the very small cakes is this was something that we did not make in the restaurant. We bought them. So because of that, we would have like a whole sheet of them, right? And nobody counted them. Like nobody's going to count that there's 80 left at the end of dinner. They wouldn't count like, oh, we ordered this many mignardises, but then we served this many, because This was usually the dessert if other people who worked at the department store, they would usually get these for free with like their coffee. No, they didn't do. Okay, spiders, there's a lot of things that they didn't do inventory on. For example, we had a dessert that was like a lemon cake with like meringue whipped cream. If I ate meringue whipped cream at the end of my shift, how would they know? They don't know how much meringue whipped cream they had. How would they know? There was a lot of things that we did in inventory because oftentimes some of that stuff was given away for free to employees. I will explain. We had a lot of employees of this department store, and sometimes when they would come for lunch, if they came to eat lunch with us, they could usually get like a soup for free and a dessert for free. So often the dessert that would get for free is that. So because it's a comped dessert, they would not count them. So what I'm saying is at the end of my shift, I'd eat like 10 of these little bad boys, okay? I was a young woman. I was on my feet all day. I'd eat like 10 little cakes, stuff them in my mouth. And then she would tell. She would snitch on me. Oh, thank you for the 5 gifted. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. No. The whitening my teeth thing, Astro, that was different. That was, if I'm remembering correctly, unless I lied about whitening my teeth many, many times, when I was like either in high school or maybe like one of my early jobs that I had in high school, where I basically went, okay, oh my God, I'm so old that back in the good old days, you actually would get like laser teeth whitening. They don't do that anymore. Nowadays, if you get teeth whitening, you have to get like trays or you have to get like the whitening strips. But back then, you could just go to a place that like laser whiten your teeth. I think they stopped doing that legally in a lot of places. I don't know why. I don't know what kind of things I put, whatever. And then, so imagine this, like I must have been, I don't know, like 18 maybe. And I like walk into school and the girls are like, did you whiten your teeth? Your teeth are whiter. I'm like, no. Crazy. I don't think I was 18. I must have been younger. I don't know why I was so adamant about like, it's such a dumb lie. Now, if somebody's like, did you whiten your teeth? Hell yeah, baby. Whitening strips. You know what I'm going to do after stream tonight? Whitening strips on. My little arm weights on. Treadmill on. Podcast on, baby. No shame. If you ask me, wow, Matara, how did you get your toned arms? I'd be like, baby, hours of exercise. But yeah, I don't know why I was just so adamant about like, instead of being like, yeah, I went and got laser teeth whitening. They weren't bad, but now they're great. And by the way, like my teeth were too white. Like to be clear, and this is not me like, ooh, flexing. No. I mean, after the laser, my teeth were too white. It was like blindingly white that it looked so unnatural. And I'm out here being like, no, that's crazy. Haha, that's so silly. Why would you say that I'm whitening my teeth? Ha. Like, come on. What was wrong with me? Why was I like that? I don't know. Okay, be honest with me. Have y'all lied or omitted about like really dumb things like that before? David say, every time I've asked dentists, none of them offer that anymore. So I have to do it the old-fashioned way and have to do it slowly. I want to know what are some funny things like that you've lied about. Please. Like, they're not even a big lie. It's just like, why would you lie about that? I was very subconscious of my eyebrows and lied about trimming them. Right? Like, it's such a small thing when there's nothing wrong to be like, yeah, I got my eyebrows trimmed. I stole change that came out of a friend's pocket. Ooh. I like that, Paco. Okay, immediate. I still do it a little bit, but I gotten better. For a long time, I would lie to my mom how much things cost because she'd always freak out. I'll give you an example. If jeans cost, this is how you know I'm old, $30, I would tell my mom, oh, they only cost $20. And she'll be like, really? these jeans for 20? No, they should not be more than 10. That's ugh. And I would do the same thing for like gifts or restaurants. I would always, for some reason, lie about what it cost. And I know why. It's because she made me feel really bad about spending money because we grew up so poor, even though I was working for my money. But I'm slowly getting, like, I actually think I'm almost healed. Like, again, to be clear, I only lie to like my mom about it. But sometimes I've noticed, even with my friends, sometimes they're like, how much did like the dinner cost at the restaurant? I'll be like, like 300 when it costs like 500, right? For some reason, I just want people to think things cost less because I don't want them to know that it was a burden, or I don't want them to think that it was a burden. That's a really weird, like, poor kid thing that I have. But lately, I think just because I have so much more agency in my life, and I feel like I have agency, and again, I'm so much older that I noticed it actually. I actually noticed it because when I went to, and I took my roommates to pizza, and my roommate was like, oh, how much was the bill? I'm like, honestly, the bill was, I think it was like 140 or something. I was like, honestly, the bill was 140, but we had 5 alcohols. So I think it's a pretty good price. And then she goes, well, how much did you tip? I'm like, I tipped $40. And she gave me a look, and I was like, yeah, I tipped $40. Like, what are you gonna do? I know you think I shouldn't tip that much, but I did. Screw you. Because I've been a waitress before. Like, you know. So I definitely think I got more, like, used to it. And it's gotten better. No, spiders. It wasn't like, I would do the opposite, where if something was 58, I'd be like, oh, it was like 30. Like, I would really, really lower down the price. But now I've gotten way better at it. And I think one of the reasons I've gotten way better at it, honestly, is talking to other VTubers. Sometimes VTubers are like, how much was that commission? I'll be like, this is how much that commission was. This is how much that was. This is how much this was. I've just really gotten better at that. Robley being like, actually, that thing I sent you wasn't free. It cost 5 million doubloons. When will you pay me back for the 5 million that I spent? That Matara poster that I sent you, actually, she charged me 3.5 million for it. By the way. Yeah, I think for me, it was just a part of, like, I have this weird thing. I have it less now that I'm older. But when I was young, I was just really, really rebellious. And I really needed freedom. And I grew up in a home and a family that was like, we want to know how much money you make to the penny. We want to know what you're doing every minute of every day. We want to know where you're at. So I kind of like rebelled a little too much. But now that I'm older, I'm like, hey, I was playing video game till 4 a.m. and drinking wine. I am not ashamed. I spent 3 hours scrolling TikTok in bed. I think a lot of it comes with like getting older, where I'm like, what are you going to do about it? Tell me that I should live my life better? I know. But I'm old enough. I don't care. Yeah, I think that's why, like, not saying, like, it kind of allowed me to keep the control a little bit more and feel like I was in control. Aw, Hero, I'm sorry. I'm sorry to hear that. I have a voice like I'm from the Canadian Midwest. Howdy, y'all. I'm from the American Midwest. Howdy, y'all. Petite noob, I say this lovingly. Please don't give me updates if they're gonna make me sad. Only happy updates. I'm sorry to be a little bit like, you know, oh, only happy moments, but I've been going through a lot in life, so keep me updated for the good stuff. Once when I started dating I love how you call her my woman. That's so cute. Once when I started dating my woman. I love it. She asked me to install a ceiling fan for her. I've never done it before, so I was having some trouble figuring out the steps. She was watching it first, but then left and didn't come back until it was nearly done. Later, she told me her last boyfriend would get mad if she watched him do anything. Aww. Aww. My woman. When I started dating my woman. Ow. My woman. Midwesterners do not talk like in my head. Midwesterners talk the way I want them to talk. They talk like Matthew McConaughey. Texas is Midwest, right? It's in the middle. And it's sort of Western. I'm stealing my little meatball. I love using the line, my little meatball. My woman. Oh my God, I have to talk about it. Okay, so probably next week or the week after, we're going to be doing Elden Ring. I am having my 2 wives take me through Elden Ring. How exciting. Kakoye, thank you for the prime. I am having my wife, Zentreya, my wife, Zentreya, and my woman, La Malicious, take me through. How exciting! And then when things are going to get tough, I'm going to be like, girls, can you kill the beast for me? And then they're going to go, because they're both really competitive and good at video games. Well, I just get to be like, yay! I was here. I was present. My presence is a present. Isn't that exciting? Isn't that fun? It's fine. If there's anybody that can stop Zen, it's Lime. Because Lime is also a gamer. Awesome. Good for you, petite noob. I'm happy for that. That's awesome. Much good health to you, my angel. You're spending your birthday with me? Ooh, Intrepid. You know what? I'll have a glass of wine for you. Pull my leg. Pull my leg some more. Why? No, it's okay. It's okay. I'm opening the bottle. You don't have to yell. Stop hitting me. Stop it. Look. I'm opening the bottle. It's oh. I don't have to force it upon me. Don't have to force it upon me. I'm going in. It's fine. It's fine. I'm happy birthday, Intrepid Mercenary. All the best wishes. Cheers. Cheers, everybody. Cheers. God. You really had to pull my leg on. I was like, no, not tonight. Not tonight. But, thank you. I will never leave Momo alone. Did noob, no idea. For now, neither. But I would much rather try and go to the TwitchCon EU if possible. But for now, neither, my angel. Bye, Bad Magic. Take care. All right, I am having, let me see. Yeah, you really twisted my arm on that one. You really twisted my arm. I wasn't gonna do it. You really twisted my arm on that one. Okay. Ramon Bilbao, edición limitada, tempranillo, Rioja. What else can I read? Il y a des voyages. Il y a des voyages qui révèlent de grands aboutissements. Découvrir, avancer, s'émerveiller. L'appel du nouveau est la meilleure réponse. S'ouvrir à ce qui vient et apprécier ce qui arrive. Le voyage commence ici. I don't know, MXing. Can you tell me not to delete my video game? By the way, my shame was immortalized in a short. My shame was immortalized in a short. My shame was immortalized in a short. The embarrassment I feel. Hold on. And I feel. Let me see. You need to narrow it down a little bit. God damn it. Oh, I wonder if it's only on. Hold on. I don't know if you post the same ones on TikTok. There we go. I found it. Oh my God. Oh, wait. This is a different one. Wait. I thought it was the one where I like Alt Control deleted.
so different.
It does, doesn't it?
There's a thing up. I don't know. Wow. Wait, Mata! You gave me a poison one!
No, I just wanted to feed you. I just wanted to feed you. Oh my god, I don't know if I have enough.
You gave me a poison!
That's not the one. That's not the one. Hold on.
Wake up, Limes.
That's not the one. That's not the one. Where's the Alt F4 one? I wonder if it's on the TikTok. But yeah, you got immortalized. Also, my fellow momos, just a reminder, we started posting YouTube videos again on the main and the side channel. So if you haven't already, if you could please do me a solid favor. We started posting on the main channel again. Look at them. Look at these beautiful, beautiful videos. Look at these beautiful, beautiful videos. We started posting on the main channel again. If you have a minute, please consider watching them. Please consider leaving a thumbs up. Please consider leaving a comment or anything of the sort. Trying to get back into the groove of things. Trying to get back into the swing of things. And the gaming channel, of course, Matara Con Plus. Almost at 20K. Almost at 20K on the subscribers and stuff. So yeah, we are getting back into there. If you want to see, I think we're gonna kind of keep to it where a lot of the gaming stuff is gonna go on the side channel, and a lot of the non-gaming stuff is gonna go on the main channel. Yeah, that is your homework. Your homework, MataraCon Plus. Let's get it to 25K subs. I don't think. Well, I mean, we can't make it before the end of the year, but MataraCon Plus. At least 20K subs before the end of the year. And on the main channel, if you could please, just take a look at it again. We're going to be uploading more often on the main channel as well. I'm back in, baby. I'm healing, I'm recovering, and I'm ready to post videos. I'm ready. That is what it is. It is what it is. And we do what we do. Cute thumbnails, right? I pay a good penny for them. Marcelina does some really incredible thumbnails. See, I gotta post them soon. Because I need to make it a little bit easier for all the artists. I'm a little bit behind on that. I really, really apologize. I had so much little stuff to do this week for work that I got busy. I'm sorry, I got busy. Yeah, Isu, my invoice. Give it to me. Give me your gosh dang invoice so I can pay you. Come on, Isu. I want to pay you so you can buy your tacos. Extra veggies. Let's go, Dom. That's really exciting. A blackjack dealer. Okay. It only took you a month to learn? I thought casinos would be like a little bit stricter with that kind of stuff. Like you need to be able to do some fun tricks and stuff. But hey, maybe you're just one of those naturals, right? Where you walk into the casino and everyone's like, that's the kid. The kid? Yeah. Blackjack kid, they call him. He learned blackjack dealing in just a month. He's a natural. Nobody does card tricks like he does. I did see, I don't remember if I saw your sandwich post, but I saw like tacos with nothing on them. I try to be careful not to just comment on all your food because it would just be like, why are you eating that? That's so sad. And then I want to be mindful that I'm not like, I don't want it to feel like I'm bullying you, right? And like, especially because, you know, last time I made, sorry, I'm not laughing because it's funny. I'm laughing because, you know, when you're like remembering something uncomfortable and you laugh. Last time, I like funny bullied Isu because of their eating habits. And I forgot what you said, but you're like, Mata, I'm neurodivergent. This is how I eat. I was like, oh my God, I'm gonna get canceled. I'm literally bullying a young man. Like I'm bullying like a young man who's neurodivergent about his eating habits. I'm done. I'm cooked. I'm getting canceled as we speak. Like I cannot do this. А можно перевод? Можно. Я смеялась над так, как Айсу кушает. Потому что он ничего не кушает. Он не кушает, он только кушает мясо и хлеб. Вот и все. Ничего другого. Oh my God. I'm going to get canceled if I keep making fun of you. So it is what it is, you know. I can't. I can't. I have to stop commenting on your posts. I have to stop commenting on your posts because every time I see them, I'm like, I will say I will never stop making fun of Mint, who loves corn. She eats corn soup and corn. When we go for sushi, Mint will be like, I'm gonna have corn sushi and egg sushi and like maybe a piece of salmon sushi. And she'll be like, wow, yummy. I'm like, girl, where's the scallops? Where's the uni? Where's the tuna? He's like, I'm gonna have corn soup. I'm so full. God, I love making fun of her. You have permission to make fun of me. I know you say that, but you have to remember the internet is so large. Just promise me if somebody ever tries to make like a cancelable thing about me, you'll be like, actually, I gave Matara full permission to bully me. But yeah, I really have to be mindful of my actions because you have to remember the internet is very big. What we joke about in the privacy of this live stream does not stay in the privacy of this live stream. But wait, let me go take a look at your Twitter. Let me go look at your media. I have tears in my eyes. Like this looks like what I would post to like bait people. This looks like what I would post to rage bait people. More tacos, tongue face, yummer. This looks like a post I make be like, the Star War is my favorite. I sure love the Star War. I love you so much, Aisu. And you gave me permission. Now that I have your full permission. Now that I have your full permission. God, that feels good. Where's the chart, Aisu? Where's the chart, Aisu? I want to pull it up. You said I can bully you? Fine, bet. Where's the chart? Where's the chart, Aisu? Wait, you guys aren't ready for this. You guys aren't ready for this. Again, I just want to be mindful, right? Like, it is funny, but as you said, like, if you have restrictive eating and things like that, then it just looks bad, but I'll DM it to you on Discord. No, I think if I go through your chart, it might be a little too much. But hey. Okay, personally, I love a good smash burger. But my smash burger needs, like, 2 patties, if they're well seasoned, yummy. Bread, yummy. But like, where's the hot sauce? Where's the mustard? Where's the ketchup? Where's the tomato? Where's the lettuce? Where's the onion? Where's the cheese? I still think the tacos are funnier. I think like the sandwich is fine, but the tacos, it's also the fact that like it's not one taco. It's 4 tacos. It's 4 like it's the fact that you have like, I can't believe you ate 4. You ate 4 of them. What do you mean? Anyway, big love. Please don't cancel me. Oh boy. Oh boy. I This honestly question, Isu. Could I one day Isu, I'm gonna save this photo. Do you consent to me one day posting that photo pretending I am eating that? Kron, I agree, except if it was in the shape of a steak, it would be juicy, it would be flavorful, it would have some steak spices, it would be charcoal grilled or something like that. I have not seen it, Evil Overlord. Do you recommend it? Is it on YouTube? You consent? Okay, amazing. One day I'm gonna post that. I'm gonna post that on my Instagram, and I'm gonna pretend it's me. I'm gonna oh my god. Okay. I'm just going to show this, and I won't say anything. Okay. Your yes is chicken, ketchup, ranch, bread, beef, turkey, and pork. That's it. That's it. That's the only stuff. And like, I'm sorry, lovingly, but like, asparagus is an but like, cucumbers? Cucumbers? Hello? Grapes? Nutella? Oranges? Tomatoes? What? Pineapple, bananas, lettuce. Lettuce tastes like crunchy water. You've never had an egg in your life. Anyway. Okay, I'm glad you guys feel the way I feel. We love you, Isu. We love you so much. I'm glad other people feel the way I feel. But you know what? At the end of the day, all jokes aside, at the end of the day, live your best life. As much as we can like make fun of you a little bit because we love you, we give you a little bit of shit of like, you know, but at the end of the day, Isu, it's your life. If you want to eat chicken with ketchup, have fun, baby. Me, I'm gonna have the rest. I'm gonna have cottage cheese with fucking with mustard, you know. Actually delicious. Don't knock it till you try it. But genuinely, like, eat. As much as I love being like, ooh, haha, this is so funny. You eat so silly. End of the day, like, eat what you want. It's your life. It's now or never. You ain't gonna live forever. You just want to live while you're alive. It's your life, you know. And I think this is kind of the problem with like, if this goes out of its target demographic, is people be like, how dare you bully them for not eating that way? And it's like, hey, it's not that deep. It's literally like when you're friends with people or you have a good rapport, like I am the first person, like, okay, I'll give you an example. A random person falls down on the street, right? Your first instinct should be, oh my God, this person fell down. How can I help them? Your friend falls down the street, you point, you go, loser, 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 you suck. That was so embarrassing. If I were you, I'd cringe right now, right? But that's the problem. I think like if somebody recorded you reacting that way to a person and it would leave your algorithm, people would go online and be like, how dare you? This person deserves to be fired. This person doesn't deserve to have friends and a job. But it's like, no, that was literally your brother tripping. And you're like making fun of your brother because it's your sibling. It's your sibling. Right? But yeah. Can you tell us again what was your poverty meal? Spaghetti and ketchup, bitch. Or white rice with ketchup. Or my favorite. Wait. Piece of bread. You put hot sauce or ketchup on it. And then you put cheese on it. But like cheap cheese. And you put it in the microwave. And then it's like a cheap grilled cheese. Except it's not grilled. It's microwave. Total Con, thank you for the tier 3. Thank you. But I have to make bugs so sexy. Sorry, it's just who I am on the inside. Also, you all make fun of me for eating white rice with ketchup or spaghetti and ketchup, but then you guys eat omu rice. Oh, I just love As long as it's in Japan, right? If Japan gives you ketchup on rice, you're like, ooh, it's different, Matara. It's in Japan. Yeah, okay. If I tell you I love to have canned tuna with rice, you go, Matara, that's disgusting. Oh my God, look at my onigiri with canned tuna. Yummy onigiri. Come on, come on, come on. Be honest with me. I think you're valid for ketchup and pasta. Yeah, because you know what? It's basically tomato sauce with less steps. Ooh, Dr. Pepper, big yummy. I actually have some diet Dr. You know what? I gotta be honest with you. I love Dr. Pepper, the real. I don't drink a lot of soft drinks. If I do, they're the zero ones. I don't really love Dr. Pepper Zero. I would do the full calorie one instead. Same thing for Sprite or 7-Up. That being said, Coca-Cola, forget it. Coca-Cola Zero, yum. Tortilla, rice with soy sauce, seaweed ketchup, yum. That's a thing, right? Morse, it's like alio e olio, which is literally just garlic and oil, right? In your noodles. What's up, Gengar? You know what? No, I'm not gonna get it. I wanna drink my. I am saving my little last bit of caffeine for tonight when I get on the treadmill. Once I get on the treadmill tonight, I am saving. I have a Dr. Pepper Zero and I have a. Why did I say Peppa? Dr. Pepper Zero and I also have a Pepsi Zero Cherry. And I have to figure out which one I'm gonna have. I'm gonna have one of them. And I'm gonna get on the treadmill and I'm gonna put a podcast on and. Yeah. Yeah. You need someone to straight man me when I say something crazy. I never say crazy things. Dr. Pepper, forget about it. We're Costco, guys. Forget about it. Listening to any fun new podcasts? I've been listening to I'm sorry, this very much outs me as like old. The Lemonade Stand. I have like a bunch of episodes queued up that I've been wanting to take a look at. I know this like outs me as being old. I'm so sorry. They talk about money and tariffs and like prices and the economy. But they're also content creators, so it's not, I gotta be honest. Not heard that one. It's with Atrioc, Aiden, and Doug. They talk about the economy. Yeah. That's been like. Also, there's been a podcast that I've been wanting to dive into. The name sounds a little cringe, but it doesn't, like, I've looked at shorts of it and it doesn't seem cringe at all. I don't know if y'all remember ages ago, I told you guys the story. So, okay, this is going to be a little bit of a throwback. But ages ago, I was going to dinner with my girlfriend and she was like, hey, her boyfriend of like 10 years. She's like, hey, my boyfriend was supposed to go have soccer with his friends, but they canceled and he's wondering if he can come to dinner with us. Sure. Like, why not? Of course. I get it. Like, I haven't seen him. He's not my friend in particular. Not in the sense that, like, I dislike him. It's just she's my friend. And she's been with him for a long time. So, obviously, like, I've seen him. I think he's a great guy. I think he's a smart guy. I think sometimes he, like, asks me a little too many questions about my work that I just prefer not to really talk, like, but I get it, right? Like, guys are like, wait, I remember when I played Mario when I was younger. So, like, did you play like Mario on stream? Not really. Yeah, Zero. That's the story I'm going to. Yeah. So, I'll keep the story kind of brief. But oh my God, wait! You guys listen to me. Y'all listen to me when I yap. You're not just here for nothing. It's not just background noise. You actually listen. Oh my God! I thought I was just background noise when you're like doing stuff, but you actually listen and remember. You listen and you remember. Aw. You're all so cute. Anyway, so wait, what did you say again? So basically, when I was out to dinner with them, he talked to me that he was watching a podcast, and now I know what podcast it is because then I asked him about it later, and I talked to you guys about this. And he travels a lot for work, and he had a problem that he was never being comfortable in his hotel. Which, by the way, I found the solution. I try to stay at the Westin. I think the Westin smells good. I think their beds are comfy. I think they usually have an okay gym. I found my hotel chain. I'm good. But he talked about, so what he does when he comes to a hotel is he will order to the hotel a pillow on Amazon that he likes. And then when he leaves the hotel, he just leaves them the pillow. Or if he has a friend living in that city, he'll just give the friend that pillow. And he said that he got this from a podcast that he was listening to. So when he sent me the episode, and I say this, I don't want to sound, I know how people on the internet get very offended very quickly, so I want to be very mindful. When he sends me that episode, it's 4 white guys talking about their favorite things of this year, okay? And one of the guys is like, yeah, well, when I travel, my life hack is I just order a pillow in every city I'm at. So, of course, I'm kind of like, okay, maybe this isn't the podcast for me. But lately, my friend has been like, hey, after, you talked about this podcast, like with my boyfriend and stuff, he actually sent me a few episodes that he thinks might be interesting to me. But it's called Modern Wisdom. So that's been another one that is like on my list to watch. And oh my God, I just looked it up. And literally the latest short is the ideal size according to women 8 hours ago. No, that is not what I'm recommending. No, he sent me an episode with like Naval. He sent me an episode with Matthew McConaughey. He sent me an episode with who else? John Bellion. And like, I think he sent me like 5 episodes total to watch, but it's not about size. That is not at all what, oh, there's one with Dr. K as well. But yeah, so that, and again, I get it, right? Like not everything has to be 100% for me. Not everything has to be packaged for me, right? Like I understand maybe men, sometimes you might feel the same thing. Like if there's a podcast and it's 2 women on it, you might be like, a bunch of women, what can they tell me? And yeah, sometimes, as a girl, as a little girl, sometimes when I open up a podcast and it's just a bunch of boys, I'm like, what can these boys tell me? I don't know. But that's been on my to watch list. I have like I said, the 5 episodes that my friend's partner recommended. So that's gonna be on the list after I'm caught up with. What about y'all? What have y'all been watching? I will say he definitely interviews a lot of women, which I like. I think it's awesome. VTubers. Mm-hmm. Flashbang, welcome. I don't know what you're talking about. Spy X Family, that is a great anime. Mm-hmm. Yeah, Corner Lady. I want to bring something like that back. So, fun fact, I mean, I've talked about it before, but when I was on her show, when I was on Meet Your Oshi, Amelie talked about how she got inspired to do Meet Your Oshi because she came to Trash Like Confidential. And then she also, before that, came to Mornings with Fox Mom. And she talked about how she wants to do something similar, which then kind of reignited my fire for like, hey, I think I'm just going to restart Mornings with Fox Mom, but just go back to the beginning, go back to the ease, go back to the stuff. Ooh, that's really fun, Braze. That's awesome. Enjoy your lurk. Supernatural. Is that the one with like the hot boys on it? Dean Winchester and the other hot boy? Is that the show that's been running for like 15 years with all the hot men on it? Oh, beautiful. Gaming, thank you for the 25 months. You may have boat autism. When you say boat autism, do you mean like sailboats, or do you mean mega yachts, or do you mean battle cruisers, battleships? Cruisers is like different. YouTube has been feeding you a lot of self-reflection videos. Zero, you're out of, Zero, without doxing you, are you over 25 or under 25? I think if I remember correctly, you're like a little too young to be this mature and like, right? Like you're a little too young to be having this much responsibility kind of vibes. I did in game, but I know her birthday's coming up, so I'm excited. So the way I said it, and I feel like I might be allowed to say it. If I don't cancel me. I might be allowed to say it because I'm from the old world. But the way I often describe Michi to people, I'm like, Michi is one of my only friends that is young. And that is because even though she is young, she is from a place where she had to grow up fast. So kind of similar, right? Where Zero, you were from a place that's maybe a little bit tougher and you maybe have to grow up a little bit faster. £50 lost. That's incredible, Kangar. That is in-fucking-credible. That is awesome. Good for you. Keep it coming. What kind of games are you going to be playing on your PC? Talk to me. Let's go, Dan. I love that. Anything you're working on in particular? You're down 25 since September. High five. High five, Rombly. High freaking five. I also want to take this holiday season a little bit seriously. Like I said, tonight after stream, I'm going to be getting on the treadmill no matter what. No matter what, basically what I'm doing when I'm going back to LA at the end of January because it's my agent's birthday and I want to attend her birthday party. She's been wonderful to me. She's my angel. She takes care of me. Ray is incredible. And what I'm going to do, this is life hack, kind of toxic life hack. I am going to buy a dress that is too tight. So it is going to force me to work my ass off. It is going to force me to work my ass off. Not so tight where I'm like, buying a dress. Like, for example, right? Like I'm tall. I have certain curves. I'm not going to buy a dress that's an XXS. That's not me. I'm tall. I have hip and breast. But I am going to buy a dress that maybe right now would fit a little too snugly. Yep. 48 pounds since August. That's incredible. Maybe around the new year, maybe around February, I might get us back again on like a little walking challenge. How would y'all like that? How would y'all like a little walking challenge? Maybe I just want to be back in LA before I do a walking challenge because it's going to be a lot easier to go for a walk outside with the LA weather versus the weather here. You're amazing, Serge. I do that too, by the way. I always, whenever there's like a merch drop, I get a bigger shirt and I'm like, okay, I can just use it as pajamas and then I get a tighter shirt. Thank you for getting so many sizes, my love. Bring back the whacking challenge. Hacking and whacking and smacking. Snowshoes, baby. It's not about the snowshoes. I just don't like the cold. I just don't like the cold. It's not about snowshoes. It's about screw the cold. Is that a Fallout reference? It is. Big iron on his hip. The cold definitely bothers me. Always. Always. Like, it just really absolutely disarms me. And I hate it. I hate the cold. I hate it. I hate it. I'm unhappy. I hate the cold. Come to Brazil, Mata. I know Brazil has when I go to Brazil, it will be to find Jesus. It will be to find Jesus. Wait, is Jesus Wants a Hug a meme? I've never heard of that one. No, I don't mean the God. I mean Jesus, like the very sexy Portuguese man. I guess he wouldn't be Portuguese. He'd be Brazilian, right? He just would speak Portuguese. My bad. Mata seeing Jesus on the hill. Do you mean the Cristo Redentor? Christ the Redeemer? Is that what you mean? Cristo Redentor will be waiting for you with open arms. Uh-huh. It sounds so much less cool in English. It's Christ the Redeemer. No, it's Cristo Redentor. Redentor. Thunderan, thank you for the 7 months. Western food has a lot of unnecessary calories. Whole pack of noodles from Taiwan is like a quarter of the calories of a bag of chips for some reason. Are they cognac noodles, though? Are they konjac noodles, is the question. What language is she speaking? She doesn't even know herself. Frankly, all she knows is to squeeze the MOMO. She doesn't even know herself. Your pronunciation sparks me joy. Hola, me llamo Dora. Me llamo Matara. Sí. ¿Por qué no los dos? ¿Cómo se dice? Mi novio no existo en el mundo. No tengo novio. ¿Por qué no tengo novio? ¿Dónde es mi novio? Novio, I forget if it's boyfriend or husband. This is Spanish? Okay. Sorry. Don't activate me. Carayo. Nossa, assim você me mata. Ai, se eu te pego. Listen, it's you either get Spanish or you get carayo and assim você me mata. You get nothing else. If you don't want Spanish, you get carayo and assim você me mata. I know nothing else but that. So you can speak Spanish too? No. No hablo el español. No hablo el español. Actually, do we have any Russians that can translate Cristo Redentor in Russian? Because I don't know if it's искупитель. Redentor — это как когда он тебя прощает, когда он тебя не очистивает, но как прощает. Как это сказать? Я не думаю, что это Христос Проститель, но Cristo Redentor in Russian. Cristo Redentor in Russian. Oh no! You're right. Это Христос Искупитель. Huh. You are correct. Ты прав. Я не права. Ты прав. Cristo Redentor is in Brazil. Yeah, that's why I started speaking Portuguese. After Julie was like, Matara, please, why are you speaking Spanish? Que linda la cucaracha. Sí, yo soy una cucaracha. Muy linda, muy bonita. The hardest thing, I think, with... Okay, I actually don't think my Spanish would be half as bad. Wait a second. But the problem is, whenever in LA, I try to speak Spanish to anybody, you guys do the f. Like, you guys will be like, oh, pero, like, you guys kind of like swallow the letters a little bit and you kind of go like f with your accents and you speak so fast. And I can't keep up. I need somebody to be like, hola, me llamo Dora. I love it when you speak Russian. Spasiba. How many languages do I know fluently? I'd say only 3. I only feel comfortable conversing, reading, yapping, all that in 3. What type of bug are you? I'm a space cockroach. Hi. Hi, darling. That's an LA thing. You say this, but I've been to Spain. And I say I've been to Spain. I've been to Madrid and Barcelona. That's it. I have not. I've been to Spain. Okay, yeah, twice. Girl, relax. And they speak so fast. Catalan, for example, is a little bit different. I barely speak English. I could tell. I barely speak English. That's Spaniards. Mm-hmm. In the Spain. Okay, don't make fun of me, Pickles. But for a European person, 3 languages. Okay, so this is the difference. When you talk to an American, no offense to my sweet Americans, if you don't have a kind of immigrant lineage, you'll be like, oh, yeah, I speak 1 language. Maximum 2 if you've been like a really good student. But in Europe, if I say only, to a European language, 3 languages, to a European person, 3 languages is nothing. If you live in Germany, you probably have to speak German, probably either Dutch or Belgian, English, right? Maybe French, depends. If you live in Latvia, you're speaking, I don't know the English version of it, but Latvijski язык, so like Latvian, probably Russian, maybe whatever else, right? You live in Bulgaria, you're speaking Bulgarian, probably kind of Russian, maybe something else. So for European people, 3 languages is a little bit. Most European people you'll talk to, especially if they live in those parts of Europe that border other, like Switzerland. If you live in Switzerland, you're most likely speaking 5 languages. Belgian is just German from a French speaker. 90, 70, 80. What's up, Mostly Lyric? How you been? What do you mean American English convoluted? I don't understand what you mean by that. Is it convoluted compared to other languages I know? I know what convoluted means, but I don't understand it. I don't understand what it means in this sentence. Yeah, most people I talk to, like if I have friends that live in the Netherlands, they usually speak Dutch, German, and English. And maybe French, right? En España tienden a hablar un poco más rápido de lo usual que en otros países de habla español. Okay, so in Spain, you guys speak faster than in other countries that speak Spanish. Salvo en Chile, que tienden a hablar más rápido de aquí que se hagan memes de ello. Wait. Salvo, does that mean also in Chile? So you're saying in Spain, people speak really fast, much faster than in other countries. And then are you saying that in Chile, you speak so fast that it become a meme? Or in Chile, you speak slower, but it still become a meme? Okay, so except in Chile. Salvo. Okay, so basically in Spain, you speak so much faster than other Spanish-speaking countries. But Chile is the exception where like Chileans speak so fast that it becomes a meme. Okay, cool. See? Context, baby. Contacts. Si. J'ai habité au Québec, mais je n'ai pas seulement habité à Montréal. J'ai habité dans d'autres places aussi au Québec. Including Rawdon. It's actually called Rawdon. It's exactly how it sounds. Rawdon. Crazy place. Ooh. I lived in Hawkesbury where, funny enough, everybody speaks French, even though it's in Ontario. Everybody speaks French, even though it's in Ontario. There's a video that Mouse reacted that explores difference in Spanish accents in LATAM. I think it's more interesting if you actually speak Spanish to listen to that video, because then you understand the differences, right? Like it's like if I listen to different people speak Russian, from different parts of the ex-Soviet Union, it makes more sense to me because I can hear the difference, right? Or if I hear different people speaking French differently, I can hear the difference, right? But if somebody who doesn't speak French hears different people speaking French, they might not. I just don't think it's as interesting if you don't speak the language. Raze, are you asking about my breasts? They're actually smaller. For real. Oh my God, guys. You're making me, what? Estuve estudiando francés desde la preparatoria. Okay, you've been studying French for 4 years. En la escuela nos obligaron para... What is obligaron? Nos obligaron. Who writes that? Para graduarnos, obtener el... Like, this is so... like polite. Nos obligaron. That's so like obtener el B1 en francés como mínimo. Lo obtuve. Oh wait, is this Portuguese? I thought, is this Portuguese? Pero no lo he podido practicar hace mucho y no quisiera perderlo. You don't know what to do because you lost your... Is that... It's Spanish. Why is it so like polite? It's so polite. It's so like obligaron, graduarnos. Lo obtuve. I've never seen lo obtuve. Pero no lo he podido. Like, that is so polite. What? It was so polite. I thought it was like something else. Jeez, you made me blush there. I was like, wow, that's so polite. That's, sorry, that's me. That's me being... That's so polite. That's so polite. Yeah, that was so polite. It like... Ooh. Is it polite? A little bit. No? En la escuela nos obligaron para graduarnos. Obtener. Like... En francés como mínimo. I don't know. Nope, not that polite. Actually, Matara, he called you a bitch in between the sentences. If you read every capital letter, it says B-I-T-C-H. Obligar is force. Yeah, do you know how I know that? Obligé. In French. That's how I know, baby. I'm a cheater. I'm a filthy, dirty cheater. It's because in French, it's obligé. I don't know Spanish, I just know French! Wee! Oh my God. I'm just stealing. I'm just stealing. I'm just stealing words from other languages. French is... Don't say that. Spanish can be fancy French, right? It doesn't have to be. Doesn't have to be. English doesn't know anything about stealing words. Uh-huh. Querida. Ah, I like when you say querida. You can be like, mi vida querida. Mi novia. Mi cucaracha. Ooh, Julie, I love that. I mean, it makes sense, right? Like, if I listen to Polish people speak or type, like, I get a lot of it. Oh my God, I have this problem with, like, Bulgarian. Sometimes if I see Bulgarian written, and I don't realize just yet that it's Bulgarian, I've often been like, did I just get a stroke? Because I understand the letters and I understand half the words, but then I later realize, I'm like, wait, I actually don't understand this language. But it's the same words, it's the same everything. It's weird. Like, I've had moments before where I was like a little drunk and I open a video and I see Bulgarian and I'm like, huh? And I'm like, wait, huh? And it takes me a second where I'm like, I understand this, but I also don't. Um, you know? Sorry, señor. Este es un stream en inglés. Sí. Hablo en inglés, 0. I guess it's habla en inglés, 0. ¿Por qué no habla en inglés, 0? 0. I should say 0. 0. Uy, Mata, lo que pasa es que el francés junto con el español, italiano y portugués son lenguas romance. Yes, I know they are I know they are romance languages descended from Latin, just like English and German are language. Yes. I know that they have many similar words. That is what hard carries me for understanding what you wrote, despite that I should not understand anything of what you wrote. But I know what Inglés is. I know what Alemán is. I know what lenguas is. Yeah, lucky me. God. Guys, I only had like 1 glass of wine. You're making me really work for it. You're making me work for it. Why? Nikogo nie rozumiem. I understand that you said you don't understand anybody. Because rozumiesz is understand in Ukrainian. And razumny is smart in Russian. I understand what you said, goddammit. You can't fool me. By the way, I'm so annoying to like go somewhere with because when people speak languages, I'm literally staring at them with my eyes narrow, trying to figure out what language they speak. You know that meme from the Dexter where he's like suspicious? That's me being like, I can understand what you say. You have a point. Je suis fatiguée, mon français. Vas-y. 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 I'm enchanting. Thanks. Some of the conjugates though in French. I'll be honest with you. I don't know how to conjugate most things in French. I just went to French school and read French books, and now I just use the dumb word instead. Instead of using a really big conjugation, I'll be like, j'ai été. J'ai été au. Je vais au. Like, I keep it simple. This is why I actually make a lot of mistakes sometimes with my Russian conjugation, because I haven't read as much in Russian anymore. Razumny is more like having common sense. Yeah. But, you know, I'm not wrong when I'm like, oh, it's smart. You'll learn one thing about me. 80% is good enough. 80% is good enough. You're from Brazil and I love you. You too, baby. Nossa, assim você me mata. Ai, se eu te pego. Ai, se eu te pego. Delícia, assim você me mata. Ai, se eu te pego. Ai, se eu te pega. Nossa! I really should actually learn that song by heart. Why is the French grammar so difficult? Because they have this annoying thing where the sound O, it can be like E-A-U, which means water. It can be A-U. It can be O. And that's why it's really annoying. In Russian, what's really, really annoying is that they have a bunch of rules against things. Where like, you have to learn words by heart that bypass the rules. And every single rule has like 10 words that you have to learn. Okay, see, now if you want to actually confuse me, you gotta use words I don't often use. So, for example, kaga is something I don't use often. I'm gonna assume it means you don't like phonetics or you think they're like bad for you. Batayo makes me think of battle. So it's like, oh, you're having a battle or you're maybe like having a trouble with it. So already here, I'm like, I don't know these words. Batayo is to struggle. Because bataye is like, well, batay is a fight. So I'm like, oh, this. But again, this is just me having to like guess, which is why it's a lot harder to guess if I'm speaking to somebody. If I'm speaking to somebody and they use words I don't know, I'm fucked. But if I'm reading it, I can be like, oh, I can figure it out slowly with the context. Ты живешь в картошке. Why are you living in a potato? What was the most difficult language you have learned? I think Russian and French are very difficult. But I do feel like everybody I've spoken to has told me that Vietnamese is one of the hardest languages to learn. Hell yeah, Kazu, welcome. For being a little nerdy tonight. Aw, Nero, you're so sweet. I don't know what any of that means, mostly lurk. I'm sorry. I'm very sweet. I am. Dulce de cucaracha is me. Any tips on learning a third language? Repetition. Repetition and words. Honestly, I think if I wanted, so for example, if I actually decided to take it seriously and I wanted to learn Spanish, what I would do is every single day, I would try to learn like words, like for the same way you did it in school, right? Where you're like, okay, the face, ojos, like cabeza, blah, blah, el pelo, things like that. Like just learn words every single day. I think that's the best way. There's definitely a lot of words that are used more often than others. So try to learn the most used words. And again, just memorize them. Memorize them, memorize them, memorize them, memorize them, memorize them. It gets a lot easier. Because oftentimes people will use the same words. I would just do that. I think that's the biggest thing that I would do if I genuinely wanted to sit down and learn Spanish enough to speak or anything like that, is just learn the most commonly used words. And if you just learn something like 20 words every day by heart, and then you study them at the end of the week, make sure that, let's say it's like 100 words a week, in a few months, you'll learn a lot of these words. But then you gotta listen. When you're listening to people speak, you gotta hear the word. I think listening to the language is also really important. If you ask me to speak French right now, it's going to be kind of tough because I don't speak French. But if I start by hearing people speak French, it makes it easier for me to then jump back into it. I wouldn't even say you have to be so disciplined. Just like, what's 10 words a day, right? What's 10 words a day that you learn, and you learn how they work in a sentence, right? For many, Russian is a language that is a little bit complicated because of the Cyrillic alphabet. Yeah, if you're not used to the Cyrillic alphabet, it is a whole new alphabet system, and it's a little bit harder to write. Pero luego no aprender como usuario. I think if you just learn it by heart, it's the same as any other alphabet. You just memorize it, right? You learn through video games? Honestly, I learned a lot of my English through video games. I did too. I learned a lot of my English through video games. I really think memorization is a big thing that people forget. Is like, for example, if I were to speak to you today, right now, if you asked me to talk to you, I would not be able to come up with the word idioma, right? But when I read your sentence, I remember, okay, idioma is what it means. It means language, right? Al inicio, I would not know how to say al inicio to you randomly if we're speaking Spanish. But when I read the sentence, I'm like, oh, initially. So I think a lot of it is just reading and getting used to memorizing it. You learned 70% of the video games, of the English you know through video games. Let's go! Idioma means potato. No, that's papas. Papas is potatoes. You fucking liar! Sorry for my language. Definitely English is easier because it's everywhere. I agree. I think it makes it a lot easier. Whether you like it or not, you'll learn some kind of English somewhere. Suksyon! Nice name! Thank you for the 10 gifted! I really, really appreciate it. Thank you so much for the 10 gifted. Boop. How different do Russian novels feel in the original language versus their English translation? I try not to read the novels in their English translation. So if I'm reading a book by a French author, I try to read it in French. Actually, I recently bought a book in English. I got it as a gift, and I'm not happy with it. I think I'm going to get it in Russian. I got a short story compilation from Nikolai Gogol, and The Earth Will Sit on the Moon, Essential Stories. No writer has captured the absurdity of the human condition as powerfully as Nikolai Gogol. In a spirited translation by Oliver Reddy, this collection contains as great classic stories The Overcoat, The Nose, The Diary of a Madman, along lesser-known gems depicting life in the Russian and Ukrainian countryside. Respectfully, I don't like it in English. I don't like it in English. I'm going to read it in Russian. I don't like it in... I think most often, if you're able to, try to read the book in its original language. Unless English is the only language you can. Like, I've read some Japanese authors, right? Like, in English, and that's fine. But it's just weird for me to be like, the barber, Ivan Yakovlevich, who lives on Voznесensky Prospect, woke quite early and caught the smell of hot bread. When they say hot bread, is it actually hot bread? Because if the book I was reading it in Russian, it might say like, oh, he's reading, maybe he's like having bubliki or something else, right? Like something that I would know because like I am of the Ukrainian culture, right? Today I fancy some warm bread and onion. What the hell do you mean warm bread and onion? Maybe there's a Russian word for it that I understand better, that like it makes more sense. Maybe he's literally saying I want cake and onion, right? But the way that it's translated is usually closest. Yeah, I don't know though. Why do they keep dying? Can they be happy? No. Have you ever met a happy... Wait, I don't think I can make fun of Melania Trump because I want to go back to the States. But like, why does Santa wear goggles? Can Santa have night vision goggles? Yeah, I don't think there's ever been like a Slavic person post-Soviet Union that's been happy. But yeah, just I want to make sure that when they ask for my ID and my social media at the border, that I don't accidentally get sent back to Canada because I'm like, what was it? For those of you that don't know what I'm talking about, Melania Trump, who I forget if she's Bulgarian or she's Belarus. Where is she from? Oh, she's Slovenian and okay, so ex-Yugoslavian. She is South Slavic, which again, my people, very close to my people. Melania Trump, Christmas story. I'm gonna have to delete this VOD after, aren't I?
Makik.
She's so pretty. She's so cute.
Does his suit get sooty? Because she many have soot.
I just have to say, why did they pick such a weird story for her? They should have literally picked like the easiest story for her, but like, hold on.
Good morning. So thank you so much,
Where
Kaylee.
is it? The Santa?
Or does he sleep through? Does he flatten himself and slide under your door? Or does he slip through the pipes and come out of your faucet? Or if you have got a mail slot, I bet Santa folds up like a letter and has a reindeer pop him through.
I don't know why they picked this story for her. I have to be careful that I don't get like deported back to Canada when I try to go back to the United States. But they picked the weirdest story for this poor woman who, yeah, has a very thick accent because it's the same when my family speaks. They picked the weirdest story for her. And she's just like, good for her. She's being a sport. She's reading it. She's doing amazing. Also, can we just for a moment, like, this lady is reading a Christmas story wearing all black. Like, she's reading a Christmas story looking like the Grim Reaper.
No, the twinkling lights on the tree will make enough light for Santa to see, tiptoeing past chairs without bumping his knee, to leave a present or two or three and get a kiss from the dog, if it's a dog that licks.
I love her. She's so sweet. I'm sorry. I think of my mother. I think of my mother. I think of my mother. But yeah, have you ever met an ex-Soviet Union person that's been happy? Have you ever met a person from the ex-Soviet Union who has been happy? And then you ask me why do like because I think she's South European, right? Like she's South Slavic, Yugoslavia, Bulgaria. But yeah, this unfortunately there's been like a TikTok meme of this sound. If you want to look it up, I just have to say I don't know who picked that for her to read. Like they should have given her like a jingle bell. Like if she was like jingle bell, jingle bell, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to run in the wide horse open sleigh. Hey, right? Like, oh, I feel bad. Poor lady. Compa, thank you for the bits. Appreciate you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I think I'm not sure if I fully count because I did also grow up in Canada. So, and you know, okay, another thing I want to talk about, Momos, be honest with me. I think I'm a fairly happy go lucky person, but then I meet so many people that are like, Matara, you are so intimidating. I saw you walk across the room and I got so intimidated. You said something and I froze in my tracks. I'm like, really? But I'm so sweet. What do you mean? But then I remember ages ago, I was out for dinner with one of my girlfriends and she changed the subject to something serious and I kind of narrowed my eyes because I was trying to focus. If I narrow my eyes, it makes it easier to listen. And she was like, wait, did I upset you? I'm so sorry. I can change topic. And I was like, no, this is my attention phase. Like, this is me giving you my full attention. Like, I lock in. I don't know what it is, but I've definitely heard a lot of people being like, whoa. So I get a lot of people telling me that they thought I was very intimidating and very scary. I'm like, really? But I was like smiling and asking questions the whole time. What do you mean? I think Giga's intimidating, but none of you find Giga intimidating. Is it because she's small? Be honest. I feel like if I don't have a smile on my face, pastel colors, cleavage out, people always get intimidated. I have to be like, am I nearsighted? I don't know, but I just can't see. And I can't focus unless I like I have to give the person my utmost attention. I'm less intimidating than Giga. By the way, she's like 4'10". Without having met either of you, I'm more scared of Giga. I have to say, Giga, despite being a very small person, walks very fast, which I really appreciate. Mint, I love you, Mint, if you're listening somehow. Mint walks really slow. And every time I've been like, come on, baby, she'd be like, hey, I'm trying my best. Whereas Giga is like, come on, come on, come on. I got places to be. I got things to do. Pop, 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 pop. Come on, come on, come on. I like Giga. She whips me into shape. I was a joy to meet at TwitchCon. Exactly. Tell that to people who say I'm intimidating. Say that to people who say I'm intimidating. Huh? I'm a fucking joy. You hear that, everybody? I'm a fucking joy to be around. Hmm? I think, Janice, it's like the way I place my words. It's very authoritative, even when I don't try to be. I think it's the way I talk, because most people, if they talk like la 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 la, I'm like la 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 la. Like you, I need this. I won't say you, but I'll be like, hey, name. Can we get this done together? Come on, come help me. I'm very direct. I really think it's my Eastern European side. I really think. I think it's because I know what I want, and I feel like I'm very good at getting things done. I'm the kind of person where, like, if we need to get work done, I'm like, all right, let's get this work done, and then we party. I could be Cuban if I spoke Spanish. Hola. ¿Cómo se dice en español? No. Yo soy una cucaracha. Gracias. In Russian and French, I have the same cadence as your grandma. Oh my God. Can I talk about this fucking Nikita? Nikita from Oshibar. Okay, so first of all, in Russian, there's something similar to French where I guess the Spanish equivalent, it's like ustedes or usted. But in English in French and Russian, it sounds more like vosotros or vous. So Nikita will like basically ma'am me. He'll be like, he'll kind of talk to me the way that you talk to teachers and parents. I'm like, Nikita, I get it. I'm so much older than you, but like we can yap. Like you're a grown man. He's like a man almost in his 30s, right? I think he's like 29. And for him, like he's so polite. And he like basically mams me. And I'm like, you don't gotta mam me. Yes, I'm older than you, but like, it's fine. We're cool like that. And then when I'll say something, he'll be like, I know. And then he goes, you just remind me of my grandmother so much when you speak Russian. I'm like, buddy, I know I'm a little bit older. Like, I'm older than you, yes. But you could have said I remind you of your mother. You didn't have to say I remind you of your like. You don't have to say you're a 30-year-old man. What do you mean I remind you of your grandmother? Just say mother. What do you mean I remind you of your grandmother? And I call him out on this every time. And every time I'm like, don't call me vous. Don't call me vosotros. Don't call me Matt. Like, literally just say Matara. Call me like, you know, and he'll be like, I can't help it. You just remind me of my grandmother. And I have so much respect for fuck off. I get it. I don't feel comfortable informally speaking to people older than me. I'm gonna shake you. I'm gonna smack you. I'm gonna. Come on. In the club, we all fam. Come on. Like, I'm cool. I'm hip with the kids. I know the memes. In the club, we all fam. Come on. Don't like. 6'7". Yeah. 6'7". 6'7". It's grandma specifically. You sound older than my mom. Not sure if you talk to a lot of younger people. Fucking. I'm gonna go offline. I'm done. I'm done. I'm going offline. Did I just come here today to get bullied? Oh, no. I want to say I'm an old soul, but what it is I just have a lot of issues. I just have a lot of problems. Mentally, spiritually, physically, cockroachally. Vous voyez, Matara, il est important de garder un langage soutenu quand nous parlons à une personne plus âgée comme vous. It's fine, it's fine. Make fun of me. Make fun of me. Make fun of me. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Une personne plus âgée comme vous. You don't sound so old. It's fine. I am cool with getting older. All right. I am cool with, like, all jokes aside, I'm cool with getting older. As much as you guys are going to make fun of me, you're going to be like, sure, coping, 6'7", coping, Roblox. But genuinely, I like getting older. Makes me feel happy. And I can't wait. The older I get, the less I feel like I have to, this is going to sound awful, respect society's rules, right? Like, if I want to be a crazy little grandmother, I can. And now I'm at this weird age where I'm like, I'm not old enough yet where I can just get away with being a crazy little grandmother. So give me like 5 more years and I can be crazy Baba-chan. Like, I will be a crazy little grandmother doing whatever the hell and nobody can stop me. So I'm just a few years away from being that old woman that doesn't give a fuck. It is what it is. We are who we are. Here we are. It's been fun though. Like, genuinely, I think the older I get, that the better I also bounce back from hardships. The better I feel about things in general. Like, I like getting older. Get off my property. You sound way younger in English. Thanks. People have said that for some reason I sound the most hard and harsh in English. I sound a lot more like soft in French and Russian. I don't know why. I don't know why I sound so much softer in French and Russian, but I sound very hard in rock hard, rock solid, in English. Devin, I agree. I think getting old is a privilege that, my father didn't get to have. Sorry to bring back the dead dad. Sorry. But yeah, not everybody has a privilege of getting older. And I really do think it's that. I want to be very mindful. I know, for example, in rock music, sorry, this is going to be a little bit of a tangent. I am prefacing this because there is a lot of people that sometimes watch streams and clips go out of my radius. If somebody dies young, I am not shitting on them through whatever reason. This is not to be mean to anybody. But there does seem to be this like very big idealization, at least when it comes to music or maybe acting, of like, ooh, these actors died and they were the best, and then they, like the 27 Club, or like Kurt Cobain died at 27, and these other people, Amy Winehouse, et cetera, et cetera. But I really think it is such a privilege to grow old and get through it. And again, if somebody doesn't, I'm so sorry that happened. That's not how, But if you go through a lot of hardships in your youth, maybe you're doing drugs, maybe you're in a dark place, and then you get out of it and you're able to like my Oshi, Trent Reznor, tried to end his life many, many times. When he wrote The Downward Spiral, he basically like rented a hut in the middle of the sea, and he tried ending his life many times, and it was his grandma that kept him around. And I just think it is so admirable that he got through it. Sorry to jump back to that topic, but yeah, I think growing old is a privilege and I'm happy with it. I'm excited for it. In fact, I look forward to the days when I can be I don't think I can say the word terrorist anymore. But I want it to be like a terrorist grandma. I think it has a different meaning. A terrorizer grandma. Can I say that like that? A menace of a grandma. Yeah. I don't think I can be like yeah. I could be a menace of a grandma, a hellraiser. I can't wait. I can't wait. But yeah, I just I feel like the older you get, the less things sting. The less things sting. And I want to be very mindful. Like the stuff that happened to me this year was the worst thing that has ever happened to me. Period. And it things sting less the older you get. Like think about like when you're very, very young and I don't know, maybe your boyfriend or your girlfriend breaks up with you and it's like the worst pain ever. And then as you get older, you're like, wow, I got over this and I'm good. Okay, here's a serious question. Is grandmother a state of age or is grandmother a state of being on the hierarchy of like you were a mother and now you graduate? Because for example, you could be a grandma without having kids, but you can't be a mom without having kids, right? It's weird. It's weird that you can be like, oh, you're not a mom because you don't have kids, but somebody be like, oh, that grandma over there, even though she might not have kids. It's a weird thing. What would be the equivalent for like, I'm your auntie, Shura? Like a grandmother is a state of maturity, but a mom, you have to have kids to be a mom. How does that make sense? I'm trying to rebrand into auntie. It's the law. Eat no lies when you're drinking glass. But I feel like, you know what I mean? People wouldn't be like, ooh, look at that mom over there. They'll be like, look at that lady over there. But they'll be like, oh, look at that grandma over there. Right? Right? Ooh, hold on. My fellow momos. I got to do something real quick. Jesus Christ rose from the dead to give eternal life and heal our bodies. Um Amen. Right? Yeah, amen. Thanks for writing that in my stream. Speaking of Jesus, fucking delicious. Not to be blasphemous, I'm so sorry, but like that guy tastes good. Oh my God. You know when it's like 11 a.m., you haven't eaten the night before, and you're at church, and you get that little sip of wine, and you get the little cookies, his body. Mm, 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 mm. Not to be blasphemous, but I want to find that and just eat his body all year round. How much wine have you had? I just think it's funny that like somebody that doesn't know us, like they just show up and they're like, I bless you. And all of you watching this stream, I send you my blessings. Right? And it's like, thanks. I send you my blessings back. Yeah, sacred cannibalism, exactly. And then all of you are like, no, Matara. What if your husband doesn't want to be eaten? What if it's a privilege for my future husband to be eaten by me? I am performing sacred cannibalism. The Jesus, like the Cheez-Its? You can buy communion wafers. Source, I looked it up. I have to say, okay, Catholics, I apologize. I was not familiar with your game, okay? I am not religious. I think you could probably tell. Unfortunately, I'm very sorry. Um, but I grew up in a Orthodox environment, Ukrainian Orthodox. So our bread is like it's good, by the way. The little incense smells amazing. The bread is good, but it's kind of like stale bread with like a little sip of wine. Oh my God. One of my friends, she was baptizing her baby as Catholic. Those wafers are so damn good. I apologize. I was not familiar with your game. Damn. Russian? What part of Ukrainian Orthodox, my sweet baby? What part of Ukrainian Orthodox? My angel. My sweet darling. But yeah, ooh, communion wafers are delicious. I have to say. Oh, you only heard that's fair. But yeah, my flesh woman was born in Kiev, Ukraine. Yeah. Kiev, Ukraine. Bah, 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 bah. I need to do my lineage while my family my family's not really super alive. Sorry, not to be, but like my my flesh brother is still alive because I want to trace down some of those Siberian roots. I wonder if I have like a little Siberian family over in Siberia because I want to go there. I want to be like, what up, my people? It is I. But I know my grandma was from Siberia, so I want to see if she had like sisters or aunts or cousins, and I just want to be like, what up? It's me. Siberian roots are interesting. Yeah. Well, it's because I forget it. It's because during the army, right? The army stuff, like you'd have soldiers kind of go everywhere, and then sometimes they'd be like, "Hey, that's a hot lady over in this little village in Siberia," and then they'd come to her parents and they'd be like, "Hey, her 14-year-old's looking kind of cute." I'm talking shit. No, I actually think my grandma was like 16 and her husband was 19, so it was a different time. But that's kind of how it happened. I wonder what the internet's like in Siberia. I'll let you know once I go there to reunite with my long lost family. Yeah, I really do wonder if I have like if my grandmother had siblings that had children in Siberia, what if there's like a cousin that I have right now? What if there's like a Mataro Khan, in Siberia and I could be like, "Hey, you're my third cousin." Is Kiev the capital? Yeah, it's the capital of Ukraine. It is. Am I going to hunt a husband in Siberia? No, because I'd probably be related to them, right? Maybe like a little bit. I had an uncle named Matara. I kind of should find out where in Siberia my grandma is from because Siberia is a damn big place. Let me actually find out and like give you like a village. And then I'm going to do the thing all adult women do, which is I'm going to go on Facebook and see if I can like stalk anybody from that village. Be like, "Hey, am I related to anybody here? Let's find out." You have a cousin named Vinny? Oh, wait, is he the frontman of the band Red Vox? Is he the guy that sings for Red Vox? Talk to me. Is he also like a sauce man? Is he a sauce man? Is he the guy with the sauces? Why did people start calling him pizza pasta? Heck yeah, Kiro says, welcome. You should be stopping by more often. You should be stopping by more often. If you don't recognize me as your bug overlord, it just means you're not here often enough. Okay, hold on. I need to make a reservation for tomorrow. Would you please give me one quick moment? Actually, let me pee. Do I have ancestral memory of it being cold? Tier, it's hard to say. I don't know how much that stuff is real because I've heard people tell me stuff like, "Oh, you're born in February, you should love the winter." "Oh, you're Ukrainian, you should love vodka." I love palm trees, coconuts, lychees, mangoes, tanned men. Like, none of that makes sense for where I'm from. Oshi, I love you. Thank you for the 10 months. Oshi, we were just talking about, I was telling people that I'm very intimidated by Giga in a good way. And people were saying that between me and Giga, they're more intimidated by me than, by me than by Giga. And I'm like, yeah, as you should be. Giga's intimidating. What do you say as her head moderator? How intimidating do you place Giga on the intimidation scale? I think she's kind of intimidating in a good way. I think she's intimidating in a good way. She's just so, like, she knows what she's about. You know, Alistair, I've said that before on stream. My mother's coworker said that, and she is Latina, so she can say it. But she was like, Eastern Europeans, she said Ukrainians, because that's where my mom is from. She was like, oh, Ukrainians are just winter Latinas. And I was like, huh. If you gotta get fresh tanned men, can is fine. Mm-hmm. All right, I gotta pee. Give me a moment. Oh, sorry. 1 second. I have a problem. I'm seeing one of my pals tomorrow because I'm going on a little trip and I want to book dinner with my friend. Basically, long story short, my roommate, she has to go into a city for a like big work meeting, big thing. I think it's a Christmas party. I don't know. And I basically messaged all my girlfriends and I'm like, ring the alarm. Who wants to have dinner with me? And I'm looking to book a bunch of restaurants, but none of them are available. Like, none of them are available. I mean, F me, right? For trying to book a restaurant tomorrow night at 6 p.m. in a busy place. But like, come on. Okay, work meeting, Christmas party. They're the same size. It's basically a work meeting. Am I wrong? At the moment, there's no availability for tomorrow. The next availability for 2 is January 5th. What's up, Mr. Vite? How you doing? Okay. I might have to do this after stream because, Oh, man. Your best bet is to call. Yeah. I think, you know why? I think it's because everyone's having like Christmas work parties. I think it's because everyone is having these like Christmas work parties. So everything is booked. Everything is booked. All of these restaurants are like, kind of like not fancy, but they're like trending restaurants. Because I know what I like to eat. And yeah. Heck yeah, Levi. It was so good to meet you. BGM is off? It's on. I turned it on. Yeah, I think it's just like everyone is having Christmas parties. So I'm going to take... Hold on. Let me tell my friend. By the way, I just checked. The BGM is very quiet.
Okay, I'm turning it up.
Are we still talking about winter Latinas? I guess we are. Let me squeeze my Momo. Mata, the BGM is too loud. Zero, can you just time out a mexing anytime? Anytime you want, just time them out. Don't even feel bad. Time them out. Bully my 1.5-year subscriber. Bully them. Feel free. I give you permission. It's the remix to Ignition, and I give you full-on permission. All right, my fellow Momos, I might call it here. Full disclosure. I want to book the stuff tomorrow, and I want to go to the gym tomorrow before we have to take on the big drive into the city for my mother's Christmas party. I'll be back again probably Friday, 100% on Saturday. I'm so sorry that this week ended up not being such a big stream. Did I even tell you all the stuff? I know I started yapping about it at the beginning of the stream, but like, yeah, voice absolutely got shot, and therapy was amazing. I hate to say it, but if you actually do your therapy homework, it's incredible. Do your therapy homework. When your therapist gives you homework, do it. Do it. It makes a huge difference. Let yourself feel sad. It's the holiday season. Let yourself feel sad. Let yourself feel bad. Let yourself kind of change and go into... Wait, did Ray just go offline? I was going to raid him. Ray, come on. Ray, yeah. Man. Raya. 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 I was so excited too. I'm like, man. I'm going to leave you with an unlikely babysitter, okay? I'm going to leave you with an unlikely babysitter. I'm going to raid on over to Heavenly Father. Where are the winter Latinas? Ask him that. He'd love to know. Ask him that. Yeah, I love Heavenly. He's freaking great. He's awesome. He's actually been DMing me being like, Mata, are you happy? Are you okay? For YouTube, no raid for you. Sending you lots of love. I will be back again this week. I'm sorry that I had to take a little bit of time off. My voice not being well. I got fever for like one random day. Can I bite you? I got fever for one random day. It was really weird, but everything is good. I want to work out before the end of tonight. I want to work out tomorrow morning because, like I said, I want to buy a very tight dress and then just thin into it before my agent's birthday. Heavenly never gave me my $20. Actually, maybe I should cancel the raid while I can. Sending you lots of love. Bye, 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 bye. Sending you lots of love. Thanks for hanging out with me today. I had such a fun time. I can't believe it's already been 3 hours. I feel like the stream flew by. But have a good one, everybody. Also, I want to say thank you so much for using the code MATA at Gamersupps. It has been making a big difference. I really appreciate it. Even though I don't have my own merch anymore, thank you for using code MATA on the Gamersupps website. Oh, spiders. I already did most of my Nika dailies today. Don't even worry. Bye-bye. Big love. Bye-bye, my love.